Okay, gotcha. Going live. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Open Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you feeling today, my friend?
Hey, I'm feeling good, thank you. Much better. Seem to be fully recovered from my illness earlier this week and ready for a rocking weekend. Although I'm doing the bachelor thing this weekend. My wife's out of town; she's going to visit our daughter, and I'm gonna be all alone. So party at my place. Come on over, everyone. Be
Send the
like
address, Peter. Well, we'll
be
meet you
like a
there.
teenager when the parents are away. Throw the
Absolutely.
party.
All right, let's get to it, friends. Have a great weekend, Peter. Sounds like fun. Don't get into any trouble. But yeah, let's take a look at our trading terminal gappers list this morning. And of course, we're just leaning to one side today, and that is the
We
downside. Just
we
leaning
are leaning
to
to one
the
side.
to
Yeah.
the red. Oh yeah. So heavy sell-off, guys, almost across the board here. SoundHound somehow manages to be in the green today. They had earnings last night, so holding on to some of those gains. Seems like everything else in the red this morning. So we'll go through all of this. We'll have a lot of fun. There's some data also, I believe, coming out today. So let's go look at that, and then we'll come back and start looking, start peeling off some of these red tickers we have on the tape here.
All right. Yes. So indeed, economic numbers have come out, and look, we had a whole bunch of numbers that are all front end loaded today, right? For the most part, everything's happening in the morning. Oh, and I forget that the list is shorter here, Carlos. Anyways, as you can see, a lot of PCE data. Basically, it all came out exactly to target, so there was no surprises at all here. 3% forecasted increase in the month over month, and that's exactly what happened. And we're sitting at about 2.5, 2.6 on the year, depending whether you're looking at the regular or the core number. Trade balance came out. Well, that was a little interesting to me. So all this talk about repatriating some manufacturing and stuff into the U.S. I mean, clearly not happening yet. I mean, obviously it's extremely early, right? You'd never be able to move that fast. But it's fascinating that the problem's deepening. So the trade balance, which means what's the imports versus exports, is at a negative 117. Well, the forecast negative roughly 117 billion for the month came at a negative 153 billion. So it's significantly more imports than exports at this point, which actually makes sense because, again, if there's tariffs coming, right, you're probably going to import as much as you can in advance of that so you can get them before the tariffs hit. So, sort of, logical, I guess. Companies are probably prepping for that, especially if you're a net importer. So, I guess that sort of makes sense. We'll see how that number plays out over time. But what do you do with that? Can we trade off of that? Probably not, right? It really doesn't affect companies' bottom lines. But it's something to keep in mind for later, right? Because it depends on purchasing patterns. If they change, then you could end up with a lot of net importers that have unsold goods, right? So we need to think about which companies that we may be trading on the market that may be sitting with warehouses of inventory that they will not be able to sell. So, but again, that's a thought for sort of next quarter as we get into earnings. Probably not a problem for right now, or nothing we can capitalize from a trading perspective on at the moment. Are going to have a couple of Fed speakers today. We got Barkin speaking right now. We've got Goolsbee who's speaking at 10:15. And the only other number I've got to let you know about is the Chicago Business Barometer, that PMI number, which is going to come out at 9:45. Again, typically the market doesn't react to that, but it has in the past. So again, with this level of uncertainty, you just be aware at 9:45 that number's coming out. Normally we're still in the churn from the open, so even if the market does react to it, you might not notice amongst everything else that's happening. We'll see what happens. As Carlos pointed out, we are in a market that is sliding this morning, but don't let that overly influence you, right? I want to say that while there's a lot of red on our gappers list, the markets overall are green, right? The SPY and the Qs are sitting on the green side of the ledger. And look, how many times have we seen these Friday markets sort of go against the general trend? In fact, if you listen to Jared in Engineering the Markets in the morning, right, we had an interesting pattern of rise, like throughout a week, and then every Friday the market would drop. That happened for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row here in 2025 already. Now that we've had a week that has been down all week, are we going to see the opposite? I don't know, but I'm ready for it one way or the other. I'm going to be watching the stocks, and I'm going to let them, their price action, tell me what to do. So all that being said, we do have a couple of earnings to let you know about. We did a live earnings call for those of us joined us on YouTube for that yesterday. Thank you. And we've got some, outcomes from that, and a couple of, I'll call them secondary earnings to let you know about for this morning. So let's get to that list, Carlos.
Yep, absolutely, guys. Quick look at that list over from tradingterminal.com. Friends, again, heavy on the red side of things this morning. But only one green one today, which we had earnings on last night. It is SoundHound. So let's see how our buddy SoundHound here is doing. At the moment, we're up 2.5, 3.2 million shares traded. Let me get the daily here as well. Daily, again, it's an interesting stock because it's been just kind of trying to find some support here around 9. And it looks like we might be getting some of that, so we'll see. Has given a lot of the gains from this morning and even last night. Last night we went up to 1048. We're hanging out at 945. So again, just barely in the green. Peter, we discussed earnings last night with this one. Again, not a huge deal for them, but it looks like the only way up for them could be up at this point.
Yeah, look, they pretty much met their estimates in quarter. So, that's okay. Again, market doesn't get excited unless you beat the numbers that they put forward for you. So they just met them. The reason why it's up compared to so many other things that are down this morning is that they did increase their guidance for the 25-26 fiscal year. So that made the market happy. And they are getting a little bit of a boost as a result of that. So that increased forecast is sitting well with the analysts out there this morning.
Yeah, it sure is. How was going to trade today? I'm not sure. There's so many other tickers I want to look at, especially if the market continues to react the way it is right now. Stuff like Tesla, these stocks that move well when there's a lot of volatility are going to be much better than SoundHound today. But, if you got the space for it, definitely throw it on a secondary maybe, but I'll keep it off the list for now. All right, let's go dive into the red pile. Peter, unless you have anything that's gapping up you want to talk about?
Well, just SoundHound indirectly, because I actually don't know the company behind it, but have you heard the viral sort of clip of the two AI bots that were talking together?
No.
No? There's an interesting little viral clip out there that has anybody else heard this one where it's like some guys like, hello, I'm an AI bot trying to book a conference room. And then it was the hotel's bot that said it was staged, right? It was staged just to see how the bots would interact. But it was one of those things where it was like, yes, yeah, I can help you book that room. And then they're like, but we're both AI bots. Would you like to switch to gibber speak? And then they start giving sounds like fax machine tones. And they just switch to a language and they're like, is that okay for you? And they're like, no, we can speed it up. So of course they speed up the tones and they just start talking, clicks and beeps and tones to each other, which apparently it was just a test of that AI, interactive language more efficient than sort of them speaking English to each other, which I, makes sense. It's not like they made up a language on the spot. I guess it was a pre-established code, but it was just one of those things that, there you go. Dinesh is helping. I assume that's a video of it, but it's fascinating that people are getting themselves all upset or concerned that, hey, look, now the computers are talking. We don't know what they're saying. Like, guys, we know this is where it's going. I mean, again, we've been warned about it. That's, anyways.
The world has to end one way or the other. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to be by robots? We don't want it to be by just an overall massive disease and we should all just pass away. Let it be something epic. I don't want to go out just... no. Let's go out in an epic way. If humanity is going to go out, let's do it the right way. I would think. Gotta look at the cost of the stuff and everything, man.
I love it how you go down rabbit holes in researching that little clip, because I was actually looking at SoundHound, and SoundHound, of course, is a voice-based AI, and that's how I got onto that clip. And then that clip led me to some other things where, there's an author out there that she claims she actually wrote the Terminator and the Matrix. And anyways, that's sort of been refuted, that the scripts weren't taken from that. But her claim was the Terminator is actually just a prequel to the Matrix. Think about that for a second. So it was really, anyways, that was hurting my head, that I'm like, what? It's all the same universe? Anyways, but apparently, of course, Hollywood refutes that, but she says, read my novel, and you can sort of see how the Terminator was a prequel to the Matrix. And I'm like, it's all, I don't know, Carlos. Maybe this is the end of days.
I don't know, man. I think we're far from that, but it's good. It's good people having a great imagination. I don't know. We'll see, man. We won't be around for it though, that's for sure. But yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, friends, let's dive into the gap down list this morning. RKLB today, also earnings last night did drop and is continuing to show some weakness today. We are down 15% on this one, 2 million shares traded. This could be fun. It's got great volume. Again, last night didn't do so well on earnings. Kind of holding on to the lows of yesterday. We went as low as 16.14, got a nice bounce off the lows of the earnings, and then we're back right to it. So, Peter, anything else to add as far as earnings? Maybe some future outlooks on this one?
I mean, yes, their future outlook was low. One of the reasons why they're dropping this morning is that they lowered their guidance. The big news on Rocket Labs, just to recap for everybody, earnings were earnings. Not hugely relevant, to be honest. They missed on revenue, beat on earnings, whatever. The big concern is that their Neutron rocket, I love the name, by the way. Everybody watch Johnny Neutron? My kids watched that when they were a kid. Was it Johnny or Neutron? Anyways, but Jimmy Neutron? Jimmy. It was Jimmy Neutron. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. They called their rocket the Neutron rocket, and they're selling spots on it. About 50 to 55 million. You can buy yourself a spot, or probably your equipment, a spot on this rocket. And they said that it was slated to launch mid-2025. And everybody's refuting the fact that that's going to happen, or at least analysts are saying they think it's a year or two longer, which is going to have an effect because those that have put their deposit may want their money back, which would be a problem. But it also means that the company may be cash strapped because they're going to need more money to fund their operations before they launch that first rocket and can start to, actually capitalize on the missions, I guess, that they've got going to space. So there's a little concern over Rocket Lab more generally that they may run out of cash in the development of this thing. So it's interesting to watch how good of a trader it's going to be, Carlos. It's tough to say. I mean, it has actually traded well in the past. We've got 2 million shares this morning, so it might be worth watching. I'll keep it on a cautious secondary list for the moment, just to see what what transpires. If there's something better, I may dump it. But for now, it doesn't look bad.
Yep. Does not look bad. I'm actually going to add it to a secondary list here because that could trade very well. We can always move it up, but again, we got to leave space for these massive moves that we might be able to get today, especially if the SPY is going to bounce. You might see stuff like Tesla, Nvidia. Guys, have you seen Nvidia? Nvidia's at 117. Oh, now 118 now. I mean, this is top of the list stuff. I mean, this price here is just crazy. So I'm sure there's some people salivating getting into this just because how low the price is. It's going to come back up eventually. That is a great price. We were here just a month ago and went up all the way to 141. So that could provide a lot of great opportunities today as far as day trading. So like Nvidia will be on my list. Let's go to another earnings one. Was Dell last night. Peter, this one's on here today. That can also trade very well, and they're not doing so high. They're down 7.6 right now.
Yeah. Dell, I mean, mixed picture on Dell. Like I said, this has sort of become, interestingly, Dell's become like one of the boring players in the whole tech/AI space. Everybody expects Dell to have an AI story like everyone else. And yes, they're doing some backbone builds, but nowadays they're sort of just building the infrastructure, right? That all the cool stuff, all the chips and cards get loaded into. Nobody really cares that much. But anyways, Dell does have an AI story. They certainly deliver a lot of business-to-business services that incorporate some of their own created AI offerings and some third-party integrated offerings. AI was certainly part of their story, but the market seems relatively unconvinced. I love Dell to move well, but typically when I've watched it, it has not been a fun trade.
Yep, yep. I agree here. Again, today probably be one of the best days that it has, given the earnings last night, how much they're dropping here. But again, just typically not a great trading ticker. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, though, right? Because of earnings, I'll put it on a secondary and see where it goes. We're down 7%, 685,000 shares traded. The bigger volume should come in at the market open. But again, if you look at their daily, we're getting around 7 5 6 7 million a day. So again, unless you're up at that 20 million, you're not going to really get a great activity out of it. So let's see. All right, let's go back to this gappers list. I want to hop around a little bit to some good ones because there's so many on here. We got Oklo, which I know many of you guys like, so let's look at that one. Oklo this morning, we are down 7.7, 905,000 shares traded. So I do like that. Pre-market activity also looks very good today, and the daily looks interesting. So this could be a fun one. We do have shares for sure. And what I like about the stock, like you can get $1 very, very quickly out of this one. So if you time this right in the right direction, it can pay off very quick, Peter. So what's your thoughts on it? And is there anything going on besides just overall market flush?
Yeah, Oklo is a tough one because there's been a lot of talk about who's investing in it, right? What is the future and the opportunity? I mean, they're still pre-product, right? So Oklo is a I don't know. It's a trade of expectation, right? Are they going to do it? Are they going to be able to actually produce, sell, and legalize, like have authorization to have these mini nuclear reactors out there? Again, it's Mr. Fusion type stuff. Keep in mind, they're not talking about that size. If anybody knows the reference, of course, we've talked about this in the past. But I don't know what to do with it in the short term. Like the trading is all momentum based, and it's all based on what people think it's going to do. So, there was some talk about the Department of Energy providing support to Oklo, and that was good. They're getting some partners on board that have sort of said provided verbal and financial support to Oklo. But to trade it, you got to wait for sort of that next news item, and I just don't know whether that's going to be next week or next year, right? Like it feels like I guess my view of nuclear services and energy, it doesn't move that fast, so we could be waiting a long time for this to sort of show promise and really develop. But I don't excuse me, sorry, I don't know what their developments pipeline is, and the market expects results quick, right? Like once you lose people's attention, you're an also ran, and they may never come back to it. So, just I don't know. I mean, trade it if the volume's there, if you don't mind it, but it's one of those where you could waste a lot of time watching this with it doing nothing over an extended period. So, Carlos, I guess my assessment would be I'm going to let others watch it, and if somebody says, "Hey, Oklo is moving," then I might come back and pay attention. Otherwise, why not just watch something like Nvidia? We know it moves; it's got volume.
Yeah, yeah, but I agree, and it's so true because so many people like this one and they'll watch it, so they'll be able to call it out. Yeah, absolutely. Nvidia is on my main list. I mean, that is going to be the price right now. I love this one at 118. Trying to get a little bit of a bounce yesterday. Huge sell off yesterday as well. So let's see how that one goes. All right, back to our list. Let's see what we have here. SMCI is another one that's on deck this morning. So SMCI, we were down 7.4, 5.2 million shares traded. This got great volume today. So yeah, this is going on my list as well. And hopefully we can get some really great trading out of this one. But yeah, SMCI heavily in play right now and tons of volume. Peter, anything to add on this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, they met the short-term requirement, which is submitting their 10K documents so that they were not delisted. So that was good. Everybody was all excited, and looked like the stock was going to take advantage of that, at least in the after hours. And then, right, the market downturn hit, and they got caught up in the whirlpool, I guess, with everybody else. The tide moved out, and they sort of moved out with it. So here they are sitting even lower than they had been prior to that news expectation earlier this week. So yeah, I don't know where this is going to go from now. You can see volumes have been falling off the last few days if you look at the daily chart. So I sort of feel like it's sort of like you trade the rumor, not the news. Now that the news is out, it's like, all right, well, that's not interesting. Let's wait till next quarter in SMCI. So yeah, we'll see. It's still generally in play though. Like while volumes are dropping, we got to keep in mind like this thing is still trading like 100 million shares a day, right? Like there's still
Yeah,
big
yeah.
volume happening in it. So
Yep, absolutely. And it trades well. Like look at it yesterday. Yesterday it trended. I mean, we can't give it a whole lot of credit because everything looked like this yesterday. I mean, just pull up any chart. Anything you went short at around at 10, you probably did very well. But yeah, it's one that gets amazing volume, so it's always fun to watch. So I'll have it on my list here, and let's see if we take a look. TradingTerminal.com. I'm gonna stop here. There's so many, and there's a bunch, right? We got POTR. We'll look at. We got BABA, and then we have also Bitcoin stuff down a little bit. So let's take a look at this. I'll look at BABA. All right, we'll look at BABA, and then we'll give it to you, Peter, on anything that you have, and we'll give some opportunities for our members to throw some stuff at us. So here's BABA. We are down 3.4 at the moment. 1.9 million shares traded. This daily is kind of going sideways a little bit. If you guys remember, we had the nice big run here over on a lot of stuff, right? Just overall AI, and then partnering up with Apple, some Chinese government kind of backing some of this stuff up. So we got this huge run all through February, and now we're just kind of going sideways a little bit. But today, gapping down, good volume. I do like BABA. As you guys know, it's one of my favorite Chinese ticker to watch here. So I will throw it on a secondary and kind of see how this plays out. Peter, I don't see any other major Chinese tickers on the list. So I think this is probably the only one that's heavily in play. I do see XBEV, but XBEV, for me, man, this stock has been so garbage. It just doesn't trade like it used to. It is pure garbage. Look at it yesterday. It's just messy, man. So even with the gap down 7% today, I want nothing to do with this thing.
yeah, gap and volume can't be the only measures. You really have to look at the price action. You want an example of that? Look at NEO. NEO's got 2.5 million or 3 million shares traded this morning, and sure, it's gapping 4%, but you just have to take one little glance at that price action for Carlos to start to say no. So, have you got a NEO chart there? I mean, look at how ugly that is. It's
yeah, it's
you gotta look
here.
at
I look at the
look at a
look at
5 minute,
5 minute. Yep.
1 minute, whatever. Anyways,
Look at this thing.
see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's just, what are you gonna do? Like
Barcode.
yeah, you don't trade that. Like, come on, man. Anyways,
Yeah, yep.
so yeah, that's the type of stock we avoid. But to your point, Carlos, yeah, there's a lot of things that have a little bit of volume, a little bit of movement. NEO, XPEV, LI, even you're right. Some of the others, Billy and Baidu, aren't. I mean, they move a little bit better, but still don't like them. Baba's the only one that seems to sort of be reasonable, maybe worth a little bit of attention. But I'm not going to pay it that much attention today, to be honest.
Yeah, same here. We'll leave that one alone. All right, Peter, before we hop over to our friends on YouTube and in our chat room, do you have anything you like that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, just a couple of earnings to let people know about that we didn't get to. So I think we talked about the three from last night: Dell, SoundHound, and Rocket Labs. From this morning, we did have Autodesk, ADSK, or was that a last night earnings? I can't remember, but they had earnings in any event. And I think that was last night, right? And anyways, they beat their numbers in the quarter. They typically don't get a lot of volume early. ADSK is the ticker there. Sometimes, though, they can trade. They can give good trade opportunities. I don't know if today is going to be one of those days. Like, the volume is very, very light this morning. Very, very light. So it probably looks like there wasn't that much excitement over their earnings, and it's probably not going to move. One that we have watched in the past, though, is Fubo. FUBO. Good old Fubo TV had earnings this morning. They reported 443 million of revenue off a 446 million expectation. So you can see they slightly missed on the revenue side. That being said, they lost less money than anticipated. They were expected to lose about 16 cents a share. They only lost 5 cents a share. So that's much better than anticipated. So mixed picture there from Fubo, as they are gapping down here this morning overall. But this is one that can get volume. So it's, again, in absence of other things, I'm probably going to put it on a secondary. We'll just see if it does something interesting, right? Then last but not least, another one that we've talked about many times in the past, Recursion Pharmaceutical, RXRX. So Recursion had earnings this morning. Not a good quarter for them. It feels like there's a little bit of a disparity in the numbers. I've been trying to get some clarity on them, quite frankly, because the early reported numbers I see says that they posted $4.5 million of revenue in the period against an expectation of 28.7 million. What? Like that's a fraction of what they're expected, but with their revenue so low, maybe that's the real number, and it's just, I guess you could only miss one contract to have it drop that low. Interestingly, for that same year period, by the way, they reported a loss of $463 million. So against a total annual revenue, by the way, of 58 million. So they are losing money hand over fist. More than $400 million it cost to keep that company running this year. So Recursion is also down this morning off of some very weak numbers. So that's what I had for earnings, Carlos. We already talked about some of the ones I like. Again, Nvidia, love the semiconductor sector just because it's been moving, not in a way that make long-term portfolio holders happy. But Nvidia is sitting at a great place on the daily chart here. I mean, again, if we get a breakdown, there could be more downside moves. But this is where it had support back at a month ago at the end of January. So we got to watch this area. And of course, as everybody is pointing out, there are a lot of people in the chat room. Yes, AMD, my good buddy AMD, sitting below 100. We were watching that into the close. People were telling me I needed to take a drink when it broke 100, and I took a drink when it broke 100 just because people were talking about it. They made me thirsty. So anyways, I was drinking here. I got an ad for a local artisanal whiskey, Broken Paddle whiskey. If you want to try something and you like caramel overtones, this is a good local whiskey. So there you go. Anyways. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, a couple people. Avi joined me. He was drinking Lagavulin, if I remember from last night. So, and it was a lot later for him than it was for me. So, but in any event, So I'm gonna watch the semis today. I'm gonna watch the usuals. I think it's probably a good day to watch your Magnificent Seven stocks. We all know that. I mean, they didn't have good days yesterday. Tesla down again. Opening the morning here so far below $280. We have Apple, Microsoft, they all sort of had sad days yesterday, and we'll just see what the market delivers for them today. So.
Yep, absolutely. We'll be adding my list getting updated here. Nvidia, SMCI, and Tesla on the main list, and then secondary got Rocket Lab, Dell, and also Baba. I'm gonna add Baba to this list as well. All right, friends, let's take a look what you guys like this morning. I'm looking at both chats here. Lunar, thoughts of anyone? Let's take a look at Lunar. I think they can trade well on a day like today where everything is moving, but I just feel like today is going to be one of those days where you can look at a lot of your usual suspects, and they should give you great opportunities, especially how the SPY is going to react after dropping so much yesterday. Are we getting a bounce? Are we going to see some more weakness? Like if we start seeing more weakness, oh, hell is going to break loose, and it's going to be a lot of fun, right, for us day traders. So let's see. Just be careful trying to put your will into the market today. We saw that yesterday where it just kind of kept dropping. There was no reversal, no great reversals opportunities. Just be mindful of that, right? Don't be one-sided on a day like today. So, or it could be the opposite. We could clearly see a huge bounce the other way, right?
Are we that like? I don't know. Are we that immune now to space news that I'm just reading an article here about Intuitive Machines, Lunar, and they just they successfully commissioned their IM-2 Nova C lunar lander. Apparently, it's one of 3 lunar landers that are currently en route to the moon. So we have 3 landers that are expected to land on the moon in the month of March, and I had no idea. I didn't even know we had one, let alone 3 simultaneously on separate missions going to the moon. Is this it? We're landing on the moon like every day. And
we're so immune to it now, Peter.
You
got it. You definitely got it. Did you know there's like a spaceship that's coming back that was on orbit for like 960 something days, one of the longest ones ever? Like it's coming back in some time now. It's so much news, man, on this now. It's insane.
Wow.
It really is. So
Okay.
yeah, I can't keep up with all of it, but yeah, yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, I still like space news. I think that's cool. But all right, I had no idea. So there you go. So yeah, to the moon, quite literally. It's we got three anyways lunar landing machines, of which Intuitive Machines, has they're part of that picture. So look, this might be interesting to watch once landing happens. Remember last time that they landed on the moon? We all remember what happened. It
Tipped
sort
over.
of it fell
Took a
over.
nap.
Yeah. So hopefully this one stands up. But anyways, I don't know. I mean, hey, look, this company it could be the stock could move depending on what the news comes out of that. And if it comes during market hours, that would be even better to move lunar. It doesn't sound like that's happening today because I think the one is planned for orbital insertion around the moon March 3rd. Intuitive Machines expects lunar landing on March 6th. I don't know about the other ones. So, anyways, yeah. So, yesterday, actually, one of these apparently is in orbit of the moon. So, man, I got to find out more what's happening. Anyways, that's research for another
Did
time.
they
Right
did
now, I
they
got to
bring those people back? Those two astronauts? Did they come back? I know Elon was trying to get them to return. Did they do that already or
the
no?
ones who were stuck on the ISS.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. Actually, good question. I thought they had,
I haven't heard
but
anything. So you would think
yeah, another piece of
it'll be
news
big
that
news, but I haven't.
yeah,
Does anybody know if they came back? They're still out
they're
there, I
still
think.
out
Yeah,
there.
they got to be out there because the minute they come back, there's going to be pictures and a big thing about it. But I haven't heard nothing.
Yeah,
Wasn't that
that's
supposed to happen a month ago or something like
we're
that?
so distracted with our own lives we forget about the cool space news happening.
I
Anyways,
know.
all right.
Yeah. Sometime in
So
March they got okay. All right, so sometime in March. Okay. So it got pushed back. All right, friends. Let's take a look. What else we got going on here? So let's go to you guys, see what else you like. So we looked at Lunar. Dell is on my secondary. That's good. I'm checking here over on YouTube. What else, friends? Let's see. Let's see. AMD. I mean, I will add AMD. A great price here at 99 here. So I'll put AMD on a secondary. I can always move this up, but AMD is good. What else? Anything else? If NVVE. What is this one? Okay, low price, high flying ticker here. So NVVE, excuse me, up 70%, 13 million shares traded. Nubo Holdings. I feel like we heard that name before. But yeah, careful guys. Looks like a very low float here. Just be mindful of this. It's a very active, risky one if you are going to be trading it. But then heavily in play. If this is your cup of tea, man, this is on fire today, up 70%. All right, let's stop here, guys. I think we have a great list. We still got some more we can add. Like for example, we got Apple, some of our other Max 7. What is Meta up to? I know Meta quiet right now, but not really doing a whole lot at the moment. But yeah, I'll stick with these. Nvidia, SMCI, Tesla. I got a bunch of secondary stuff here that I can easily move up, but I will stick to these for now and see what it looks like in a couple of minutes. We'll add some more because I think my list can be a little bit bigger than what it is right now. All right, let's head over to our community events over at bearbulltraders.com. You can click on webinars and always see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. We'll give you what's happening on this beautiful Friday.
it is Friday, and normally, now the new normal, we do have an event for you. Sean is going to be leading a strategy discussion, about strategy and execution on your trades, and it's a great thing to do at the end of the week, right? How did it go this week? How did you execute? What can we learn from it? You can submit questions, you can submit trades, you can have a conversation and learn from others that are doing the same. So that'll be at noon in the webinar room for all of our elite members. So hopefully you'll join Sean for that. As you can see, we continue to evolve and improve our offerings so that you have a variety of opportunities to interact and get questions answered. So love the supportive aspect of the community. Hopefully you'll join Sean at noon for that mastery class. If you want to join us at Bear Bull Traders more generally, take advantage of that class plus all of the events that we have every week. You can do that through bearabletraders.com. Just go to the website, go down to the bottom of that front page, and you can sort of see all the membership options from the intro offer that just allows you to kick the tires and see if it's a community for you through to our elite annual. So pick the one that's best for you, and you can get one of those membership options that Carlos normally shows you on the screen. There it is. So, all right, there they are. Again, bearabletraders.com, and you can see that. And again, speaking of joining us, whether you join us in the chat room or I'll mention it again, we got our big trading summit coming up. Just want to make sure everybody knows. Inevitably, we like sell out of tickets, and then people are like, I didn't know, or I was waiting to see, and then there's no tickets left. So get your ticket now if you're interested. If you're willing to join us in Vancouver at the end of March, it is just over a month away. It is the 28th of February today, which means we are now 1 month, pretty much exactly, away from this event. So it's going to be a fantastic one. Really looking forward to it. Is the entire Bearable Traders team and a lot of our community are going to be converging on Vancouver for this event. And even if you're not part of the community or you're just community curious, then join us, and you can sort of again, talk with traders, see if it's for you. It's worth the trip. It really is. So hopefully we'll see you there. And you go again to our website and then /summit to get the information. You can get a whole list of activities and events. We got a TEDx day. We've got 2 days of intensive trade-focused learning and education. We got social events. We got all sorts of stuff. It's going to be a fantastic time. So hopefully we'll see you in Vancouver. I am looking forward to that. As you guys could probably tell, because I keep mentioning it, like now it feels real. Like before, it was a thing we're doing and we do it every year, but every time it gets closer, you start getting amped up. Like we're a month away now. Like it feels like it's real.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. There you go. You see the countdown. Carlos got the countdown on 28 days, 21 hours, 51 minutes. All right. Okay then. So let's, we can do some levels. We're doing good this morning. Moderators, get your lists in so we know what you're watching. And, we'll let everybody know what those are.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, my list right now, Nvidia, SMCI, Tesla. I did add PLTR just now. So I did add PLTR to the list. I think that one looks very active. Could be some good action on it. We got 6 million shares traded, plus we are down 4.2. So I have that one on the list, and also beautiful pre-market activity, like many tickers this morning, given how things are waking up today. All right, let's start with Nvidia. Nvidia at the low of the pre-market is sitting at 116.67. So we're definitely going to slam a level there. And if we look to the left over here, we see we had prior support right around this area before we went for the run up to 140 again. So this area also acting as support one more time towards the bottom in case we do go lower. 113.08 is a great level here. That's where we had the huge reversal there just back in early February, end of January. So there you have it on Nvidia towards the bottom, and then towards the top, all we're going to do here is just add the pre-market high, which is going to be over at 122.34, and then slightly above that, we're going to have a level over at 125.46. And then above that, highs and lows for the last two trading days pretty much got you covered there. So do not need to add anything else. Let's take a look at SMCI. I like SMCI. It's a very clean daily, by the way. So very, very clean action here. Last couple of days, we've been enjoying some sell-offs. As you can see, even on the gap ups, we just been selling down. So that's been pretty clean there if you've been catching some of that action. On as far as the pre-market action, the high of the pre-market is pretty much slamming into the the close of the day, 42.95. Yeah, previous day close at 42.95, just a little bit higher, around 43.15. So we'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market, we're looking at 139.04, gray area there. And if you look at the daily, we do have a support right around here, support and resistance. So if you look at this, you can see this is your high of your pre-market, this is your low right there, and everywhere we had a lot of back and forth just a few weeks back. So acting as support and resistance once again here, and if we were to lose that, 37.40 is a good level. And then all the way down here, we do have 34.29. In case we do push higher, there's no clean levels in here, right? If you look at this area, there's not a whole lot of clean levels, but we can mark down this one here, 45.76 could be a good one. and then above that, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla continues to just go lower and lower today in the red again. Low of the pre-market is sitting at 276.83, so we'll slam a level there. And then above that, guys, we do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I'm just going to mark down the high of the pre-market on Tesla. Other than that, towards the top, you're looking pretty good here as we continue to just go lower and lower. I think on the daily, we are right on the 200 moving average. So if you see that line right on here, we're right on it right now. Let's see if this can mean some kind of support for it or not. But again, with all the weakness going on, we'll have to wait and see what the rest of the market has for Tesla here. Below this 276.86, I do have a level at 263.88. And once you have that there, I think you're pretty much set on Tesla. Let's take a look at POTRs next. So POTR right now, great pre-market activity, some decent volume here. Low of the pre-market is going to be 79. So we'll slam one there. High of the pre-market pretty much right where the previous day close is. So you don't have to worry about that. And then above that, if you look at this, you do have highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So you're pretty much set all the way up here. We did cover this gap up that we had, so we kind of closed that gap yesterday, and actually today we really went over it. And let's see where it goes here. Again, they've been getting some, prior to the sell-off that we've been seeing in the market, they've been having not so positive news. Still waiting on a lot of confirmation to see how that's going to end up. But for right now, the market's not appreciating somewhat of the uncertainty when it comes to certain income contracts for them. So 72.42 low of the pre-markets, level 72.47 towards the bottom, and then 76.23 another level there as well. So there you have it, guys. That's Nvidia, SMCI, Tesla, and POTR. I'm gonna add more, but I would love to see what our members are watching, or our team, and then kind of see what I like and what I can add to this list. But there's definitely more to look at today that I'll be adding to this list shortly here. All right, Peter, take us through what our team is watching. Can't hear you, Peter. Peter.
I'm on mute. I'm sorry.
Okay, we got
you.
Right.
Yeah. So why does the camera keep freezing on unflattering poses for me? Maybe all my poses are unflattering. That's why. All right, we're here. I wore my green shirt today, hoping to nudge the market green. So I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. Let's look at what our moderators are watching, though. Sean, as usual, has posted his game plan. He's got it up there in the chat room for all our members. You can pull it down. Just click on the little box, the red flashing box there by his name, and you can sort of see the details. Thor is going to be watching Tesla, AMD, Microsoft, and Apple. Mike is going to be watching Meta, Microsoft, and, of course, the scanners. Avi is watching his Friday watch list, which is the same as his Thursday, it's the same list. All right. Anyways, Jared is going to be watching Dell, Tesla, NVIDIA. Also going to be keeping an eye on Rocket Lab and AMD. I'm going to be watching my usual 3 in Tesla, AMD, and NVIDIA, and I'll also be keeping an eye on Meta, PLTR, Rocket Lab, and Fubo. Brian is going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, PLTR, and the SPY overall. And Andrew is in with his list watching Tesla, PLTR, NVIDIA, SMCI, and Dell. So there you go. That's what he's keeping an eye on. We will see what's happening. Rick, you must have missed the early part of the show. News on Dell, earnings last night. So mixed picture on Dell's earnings. Really nothing exciting coming out of that. But that's why it's on our list here, because of those earnings last night. So.
Yep, agreed.
Yep.
All right, guys,
so
we are pretty much set here. I see,
Carlos. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Can you do the Friday warning? I think we need to refresh that.
The Friday warning. We haven't had one of those in a while.
I know. You got to do the Friday warning there.
Yeah, especially now we're ahead of schedule. Yeah, guys, it is Friday, so what that means is, you want to be very careful how you trade today. There's nothing worse than not following your rules on a Friday and then coming into the weekend feeling undisciplined, because you cannot make up that day into 2 more days. So that gets stuck in your head, right? So psychologically, today's an important day. I know everybody says, oh, every day is the same. No, Fridays are special. Fridays are very, very special. You're ending the week and you want to do this right? So if you've been doing well, you can, take it easy today. If you are struggling, today's not the day to be a hero. Just be careful and be patient. And again, just going to the weekend with a clean mindset is very important. There's nothing better, Peter, than having pancakes with your kids tomorrow morning and not thinking about trading and how bad you did. I love that, right? So yeah, That's what you want to do.
There you go. All
Absolutely.
right, guys, I agree with that. Trade smart, whatever you do. Like Carlos said, you don't want that regret. As long as you followed your rules, win or lose, at least you can say, look, I traded to my strategy. And trading is a game of averages, right? You can't win every
Yeah.
trade. You can do everything right, and it still might not work. That is part of trading. What matters is how you react to those situations. So trade smart, and you can at least hold your head high going into the weekend knowing that you got some rules, you followed it, and you're learning from it. So let's hope, though, that everybody
Absolutely.
has a very positive Friday. And we've got live trading now that's going to be with you until about noon. And then, of course, in the chat room right through to the closing bell today. So hopefully you'll stick with us. And if you're out there on YouTube, give us the old thumbs up, the likes. We appreciate those. Helps the growth of the channel. I know that
Yes, it does.
Andrew and Brian are getting themselves all ready, queuing things up in the background. I say that, by the way. You guys hear me say that because that's their prompt to turn on your
To
cameras. Yeah,
get going.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, get connected here.
Melanie
We're waiting on
pancakes
you.
are yummy. Oh yeah, no, I make some really good pancakes. Me and my wife go at it. Who has the best pancakes? But I think I'm. She's got
Oh,
everything else, but the pancakes, I got the
pancake off.
pancakes, man. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I
Okay, I
got it
like it.
all. I got it all down to a science at the household, man. So
Mm.
she'll disagree, but yeah. And my kids are so good. Like I ask my kids, who do you love more, daddy or mommy? My son, right away, both. Like without even hesitating, both, daddy. Like you don't love me a little bit more? Nope, both. I'm like, that's the right answer, man.
Didn't
All right.
Ah,
not falling for it,
okay.
eh?
No, he's not falling for it. Good morning,
All
guys. Good
right,
morning,
good.
Brian. Good
Good for
morning,
him.
Andrew.
Good
How you guys
morning.
doing today?
Good, good. Hey, the secret ingredient in good pancakes is ricotta. A little bit of ricotta cheese. Makes them creamy.
Oh, look at that. Learn something.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's your cooking tip for today. Don't say you don't get everything here.
Thanks, Brian. You're just you're just full of mystery and wonder. The things you know. It's wonderful.
There you go.
All right. All right. Have fun this morning. Good morning in the darkness of Vancouver because it's still like 0 dark 30 out there. It's
It's getting, it's getting lighter at night, stays lighter at night. It's definitely spring is coming.
okay.
And
That's good then.
yeah, we're not. It's definitely kind of. I was just stepped outside a few minutes ago, heard a few birds chirping away. Another sign of spring. So yeah,
All
Wow, I just
right.
was trying to take
That's
the
good.
opportunity
February. This is
to say welcome to
welcome
Francis
to Francis
Xavier.
Xavier.
Wait, welcome, man.
Yeah,
He was always on YouTube, and he just joined the chat. So good to see you on the other side, man.
Oh, awesome.
Welcome to the community. So yeah, Francis is very active on our
yeah,
YouTube channel. Now sitting here in the members tab, man. Everybody saw welcome to him. Really appreciate being here, brother.
yeah. And I think he's maybe even going to be looking at signing up for the boot camp in spring. So
Yeah, good morning,
we can.
everybody. Good morning. Welcome, Francis. Try to come to Vancouver for our conference. That would be amazing. Uh, Brian, humanity, you left yesterday,
Yeah.
everything collapsed.
I know. I kind of missed that afternoon of trading. It was pretty amazing how the market just rolled over. I don't know if there was something said or there's definitely a lack of buyers in this market right now to push things higher.
Yeah, it was
And
difficult to catch in a reversal. The market was slowly setting up, but there was really no bounce or reversal. It was very difficult.
yeah, so I'm sure Peter covered it and Carlos covered it this morning. We did get the PCE data. It did come in pretty much in line, although some surprise numbers. I think hourly hourly I think income was up um, way more than expected, and spending was down way more than expected. And of course, that meant that the savings rate increased, or at least that translated to a savings rate increase. So the rich people are putting their money in the bank and on treasuries.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't cover those numbers. Personal income was up 0.9% versus an expected 0.4. Personal spending at a negative 0.2 when it was expected to be a 0.2% growth. So you're right, Brian. Yeah, those numbers were off. But again, those aren't big market impact numbers. But yeah, because pretty much
Yeah.
everything else was roughly in line. As I said, what was interesting,
Yeah.
I don't know if you looked at this one, the goods trade balance, I found very interesting that it was significantly higher than expected, meaning there's a lot more imports in the U.S. than anticipated. It was anticipated to be a negative 116 billion, came in a negative 153 billion. So it shows that the net importers are bringing in a lot more goods. I said, presumably they're trying to beat the tariffs, right? They're stockpiling
Yeah.
ahead of the tariffs.
I think, yeah, that was a bit of front running on the tariffs that are getting thrown, or at least being talked about. China 10%, and then now another 10% apparently. So we shall see. March shall be, and the volatility will continue. What is the beatings will continue until morale improves.
Until morale improves, eh? Yes. Well, you know what? I don't mind the volatility, as long as it's tradable.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yep. Absolutely. You can see there a picture of Vancouver in Andrew's picture. You can see how it's just getting a little bit light above the mountains there. You didn't see that a week or two ago. So getting Tesla's continuing to roll over here. This has been a great swing short.
Track the sunrise out Andrew's window. I love it.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We still got 7 minutes to the open. Nvidia's down a little bit again this morning. We've got the SPY is up a little bit. IWM down about 0.25% again this morning. And the Dow is solidly in the green. There must be a couple of Dow components that are contributing to that. I don't know what they are, which ones they are. We've got Boeing up a little bit.
Well,
We've got Microsoft up a little bit.
Let's check and see what segments are up. Real estate and utilities are up the most this morning.
Okay.
Consumer discretionary up as well. So not typically the
staples.
areas that we focus our trading on, is it?
No. I do have some ETFs, some utility ETFs. They kind of took a bit of a beating there for a while, but now they've come back up. At 9:45, I think about 15 minutes into the market open, we do have some Chicago PMI. It can be bit of have a bit of an impact on the markets. So we'll have to watch for that 15 minutes in. So what have we got in the other big news? Bitcoin dipped below 80,000.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at Bitcoin.
It's coming back up a little bit. Kind of surprised they let it drop that much. Oh, look at Tesla selling off again.
Wow, Bitcoin! Look at that.
Here we'll see what happens. AMD yesterday 52-week lower, broke $100. PLTR is selling off right now. The Rocket Lab, I think, came out with some numbers last night. Their numbers were a little bit were good, but I think their guidance was a little light. So it's a little bit of concern there.
Oh, Brian, I just got notice that my tax forms for 2024 are now available in my account.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, mine too. We got that notice yesterday. Apparently, I'm also being asked for more information from the our tax, like our Canadian IRS. They call it the
Yep.
CRA. They
CRA.
had some que- they had some questions about something my accountant did.
Never good when they have questions.
I know. No, I use a CPA.
Good morning, everybody.
Mine looks like
Again.
super. Good morning, sir.
All right. So
Just looking at the
humanity.
sunrise come. Yeah, looking at the sunrise in your over your shoulder there behind you.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's very, very
Starting
beautiful.
to
I
well,
think
the
the daylight
sun
saving
isn't
is
going to
also
rise. Then.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah, when is
Um,
that? That's wow. PLTR is still selling off here.
all right. So
What is PLTR?
humanity. Do you think, Brian, market is going to sell off more or today? Spies seems that it's holding. Could be a dead cat bounce. A lot of people say that the SPY 200 moving average around 570. So 200 moving average bounces or test is common. We're very far from it. So right now 570 is the 200 moving average. IWM is well below 200 moving average. So IWM is deep
Yeah,
into the bear market.
yeah. Well,
Tesla,
if you yeah, I guess if you caught my weekend video last weekend, I did say the market was most likely going to drop a lot more. So um, we'll see how things look as we finish out Friday. But I don't see a reason to get overly optimistic or bullish quite yet. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I agree, Zach. I think patience is going to be the key this morning. We'll let things settle out a bit. Don't chase a pop or a drop.
SMCI is down another 6%. PLTR is down another 6%.
Yeah,
Um,
PLTR is really getting hit. There's a, it's right at an area that should be support.
and S&P 500 is essentially trading below election gap. So I think before the election, S&P 500 was 585. After that popped up. So interesting. So we'll see at the open. I'm not really super excited about anything right now. Let's see what's going to happen. SPY looks like it wants to go red.
Here we go. Ding, ding, ding.
All right, so let's see what Tesla's doing. LTR is weak. Ding, 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 ding. Here we go. Let's see. NVDA, it looks like it's
PLTR.
too strong. I'm looking at NVDA for trading. Yeah, let's see what NVIDIA is doing. If NVIDIA closes above the VWAP, could be a good long opportunity on it, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. SPY is still weak. Tesla, yeah, Tesla 1 minute swing range
Just
breakdown is
selling
happening.
off here.
Yeah, Tesla is also going toward the pre-election. Yeah, the high in the pre-election was 262-ish. So yeah, Tesla did a 1 minute swing range breakdown. Let's see, S4 on Tesla is 270, 280. That could be a good bounce. So potentially looking at Tesla for a reversal. Be the
I'm
275
just
good fill.
short. I shorted some Tesla. Short Tesla. Here we go. I'm just going to cover
Very
it
nice, yeah.
a little bit here as we go through. I'm shorting using puts 277.50s. Just
Yeah, very
selling
nice.
some as we go through 7 here.
Yeah, market weakness continues.
Okay, I'm out of them. That was a quickie. Yeah, Qs and SPY selling off again. We'll see what happens now. PLTR came down to S4. Just don't see. I don't see support here though.
Yeah, Qs are.
Tesla was quickly, that pop got quickly sold.
Yeah, Tesla's
Yeah,
really
I can
no.
see PLTR continuing to drop here. It's a big order at 78 right now.
Yeah, no trade for me yet, guys. I'm really looking forward to consolidate a little bit. Let's see what Tesla is doing. This bounces 276 on Tesla. Potentially area of shorting. TSLL is also shortable, huh? Right, Nvidia is trying to bounce back. If Nvidia is
SPY
come
is
above year 118, I might actually get it long.
SPY and Qs are selling here.
Tesla.
We want to chase
Right,
them at
so
this point.
Nvidia is trying to come above the VWAP. I'm gonna get a long on Nvidia 45.90. Nvidia wants to close above the VWAP. Let's see what it does at the VWAP. I'm getting a long on NVDL, guys, at 46. Keep an eye on NVDA, what it does at the VWAP. So now 5-minute becomes similar, a little bit doji. If it closes above the VWAP, it can pop up above volume weighted average price until 119. NVDL is a way that you can actually trade that with leverage. Let's see if NVDA can close above the VWAP or not.
The Dow, every index is red except for the Dow, and it looks like it's a matter of time till the Dow goes red too here. PLTR is bouncing. Wow. Maybe indexes might be bouncing a bit here.
My data feed is a little bit weird. Is that everyone like change my data code? Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, actually, I had some issues with my data feed. There you go. So now I'm partialing NVDA, guys. Yeah, my dust was weird. I'm partialing, guys, on NVDA. So that's 1R. Let's see if NVDA pop up to 119. NVIDIA is probably going to go toward 46.80. My average is 45.96. Was very nice, guys. Yeah, for some reason, once my DAS was frozen, I changed my code server. Yeah, change your code server. Go to File, switch code server. I did it and fixed it for me. Beautiful, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm long SPY with the SPX.
Beautiful,
Nice
guys. Yeah,
pop
I have a
there.
good size, guys, on DL. My average is 45.97. Yeah, NVDA is on a 5. NVDA might go actually green today. Filter is also bouncing back.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
We're
shutting
hitting
out.
25. I'm getting out some on this SPX trade. Ooh, hit 26. Pretty nice.
Wow. Did anyone took NVDL or NVDA through options?
Nice
Nice.
bounce on PLTR too. Ooh, look at Tesla rip.
The whole market is bouncing back. Yeah.
Yeah, the market's
Yeah.
bouncing. Wow.
Tesla to going from 2.
I'm out of this SPX trade, the SPY trade. That was a really nice bounce there. We got out because we went right back to the VWAP on the SPY. So we'll just keep an eye on it now to see if we can get through the VWAP. But typically, I don't like to hold things
Yeah,
once they
Tesla
hit
looks like it
V.
might go green. Let's see.
Just be careful with bounces, guys. Don't get all
So
jazzed.
let's see, NVDA can push another one higher. Right now is obviously at the resistance on the 5-minute chart. Really, 5-minute chart on NVDA hits exactly 119.41. Tesla seems a little bit more stronger. Tesla potential to go to green, 282.
Nvidia's got some orders at 120, so you know, which shouldn't be surprising. Just be careful about this. We'll see if this is a lower high. When we pushed to 119.50, and then this second push only got it just above 119. So we'll see what Nvidia does.
That seems a little bit stronger.
Yeah, see, this would concern me. Another lower high.
Yeah, it looks like NVDA rejecting that, so I need to get out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop that on NVDA, guys, at 45.80. Lost a little bit on it. Return gave a little bit of a profit back. So I'm all out of it, guys. Let's see what the market is doing. What Q that up on 90 is very interesting. Tesla is still, yeah. I mean, Tesla is also kind of struggling. NVIDIA 5-minute chart becomes really disgusting. Yeah, Tesla, but it looks like it wants to push another higher. Obviously, there are a bunch of moving averages and resistances here, but it looks like it wants to go for a high of the day. So JW, go to File on your DAS platform, just click File, and then there is option for Switch Code Server, and select any other ones. I selected another one and it worked. Okay, so Tesla looks like it wants to go higher. I don't want to go long now here because it's a little bit risk to reward is not there. Oh, there you go. Tesla, it's going to go to 282. The order flow is getting a little bit stronger on that. Market is not doing much.
Now we kind of came back up to where we opened, and now kind of struggling to move up there. SPY did go back green on the day. Don't think the order book doesn't look super bullish on Tesla, by the way.
Yeah, the price
Almost
action on
tempted
it
to share.
is super stupid and funky. The IWM dropped again. Let's see here, IWM. It's my TNA. I got stuck in this piece of garbage TNA. I should have sold it. NVDA is, if it sells off, 113 is a level, but it looks like it wants to go back up. NVDA.
Market's
NVIDIA
just
looks like
pretty choppy right now. Sort of, there's some people that there's some buyers here, but there's there's also sellers.
yeah, it's super weird.
Okay.
NVIDIA might go back up again.
Which is
Yeah.
obvious. That was rather obvious statement. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes to this Chicago PMI. I
I'm
always
gonna
like
get a
to
small
watch
long
the
again on
book.
NVDL. I'm gonna get a small
Yeah, there
long
you
on
go. There's
NVDL,
that.
guys, at 46.38. Let's see if NVDL can do another pop. My average is at 46.39. Tesla's gonna go green. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Tesla
NVDA.
looks like it's going to go green.
See, okay, SPY is popping, Qs are popping. Let's see.
SPY is
NVDA
popping.
47.
Don't really want to do anything into this number. The Qs are popping. We're at pre-market high, pretty much on the Qs. Let's just see what this number at 9:45. See what it looks like. I'm watching the watching Bookmap to see if how much of the orders get cleared out just before this number gets released. To give an indication as to how much the market makers and the institutions think this number is going to affect the movement. Right now, book's still pretty solid. So
Right, so guys, I added a little bit more on NVDL. Let's see if we can break the 47 or high of the day. 119.50 might be NVDA.
okay, here we go. 6:45. See what happens. We get any kind of movement at all. Nothing
Chicago
really.
PMI.
Market sold off a bit.
Tesla price action was nicer than NVDA. It was the order flow was
Oh,
stronger. PLTR is going to go to 82. Let's see what NVDL is doing. I have a chance to get out of it. I had a good day. I had a good trade on it, but let's see. Looks like NVDA wants to test the high of the day again. Okay, here we go. Nice. Let's pop up. Let's see if NVDA can hold it and start partialing. Yeah, I think, let's see, wait a little bit. And if NVIDIA can hold this high of the day, it might go green actually, like Tesla.
Not many trades right now. I'm just I'm looking for a trade. I've had a couple of decent trades this morning, so I'm not just waiting for something to set up. I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to chase Nvidia or chase Tesla up here. Kind of looks like the SPY is leaking again.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get out of my NVIDIA position. It probably is gonna break out, but I'm just getting out of it. Ah, shit, I got shrink. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer to not risk it. Tesla's a better price action. NVIDIA turned out to be not great, so it's not a trade that I'm feeling very comfortable. It's really struggling up there. So I had a very good, nice profit on the first trade. So I don't need to be in a trade. I'm not a greedy person. Meta, what's Meta doing? Meta, Zuckerberg, do something for us. Meta is in a 50 moving average on the daily chart. So NVDA looks like it wants to go up again. NVDA is consolidating above the rewrap, but again, I'm not really a big fan of it. SPY and Qs look like they want to pop up.
Yeah.
Now, an SOUN was crazy. I never actually traded that, but yeah, beautiful. It's gonna go through 10. There you go, 10.05.
Yeah, Sound actually, yeah, had a good earnings report and gave pretty solid guidance. So
Oh, this is the earning play on Sound, SON,
I think
SoundHound.
so, yeah.
This is a recent IPO, no? It's not.
No.
Yeah, this one was crazy back in December. Ah, yeah, so I'm glad I got that pop from NVDA. Tesla was also a very nice trade. I know Thor and Jared did a very nice trade from
Yeah.
275.
Market's just chopping along here. SPY is just hanging around the VWAP. Yesterday in PDC. Same with the Qs. We're just not doing anything. That could be it for the day. I'm
No,
sure
hopefully
there's going to
not.
be more stuff to trade
It
here.
happened. Yeah, what is SMCI doing? Oh, SMCI also bounced back. Yeah, SMCI is there's huge ask on it. SMCI 41. There you go. Got filled. IWM went back green, which is a good, almost green, which is a good sign. I flat. Yeah, it doesn't seem that the market wants to sell off significantly again.
No, seems to be just kind of holding right now. Cues look like they're getting ready to maybe break out a bit here. Tesla just went 285. There were some big orders there. It just filled them.
Yeah, NVDA also is really consolidating above the VWAP. Again, guys, these are the type of the days that you don't necessarily need to trade all the time. So, I mean,
No,
if you can catch PLTR or Tesla, it's good. If not, you don't need to. Like I had one trade, and it seems reasonable to me. I'm only $13,000, but not bad. Just waiting. Like again, these are the days that overtrading happens because things are not moving the way that at least the stocks that we're watching.
yeah, and this is
MSTR.
the way these Fridays have been recently. Kind of, you get this nice move at first half hour or so, and then things kind of go quiet for a while. It's not to say that we won't get some kind of movement a little later on, but because there was an amazing sell-off yesterday. Whether that happens today or not, I don't know. Only time will tell. Time and price action.
Section. It's very funny because Michael Saylor, the founder of MSTR strategy, he said that if you have to sell your kidney, do it, but keep your Bitcoin. Just blew my mind, his tweet. Like, what kind of advice is that? Sell your kidney, but hold Bitcoin.
He's he's hardly talking his book.
See, sell a
That's
kidney
what
if
he's
you
saying.
must. Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? Peter Schiff says, first you told people to max out their credit cards and mortgage their homes to buy Bitcoin. Now you're telling them to sell off their organ. No shame. Peter
Something
Schiff is
else.
one of the big advocates of that Bitcoin. Greg says, how much are you willing to pay for my kidney? This level of shameful.
Yeah.
Unheard of. Even in Wall Street standard, this is just crazy. Sell your kidney. All right, so let's see what's happening. SOUN popped up above 10, now it's coming down. We're getting to 954. Yeah, so Pawan is asking about 1 minute opening range breakup, the setup. So the setups, generally, you're looking for stocks that are very volatile, and the order flow means time and sales is really active on them. So if you want to go long opening range breakouts, I'm looking forward to get an entry above the VWAP for the break of pre-market high or the next levels that we have. In terms of NVDA today, it was a little bit different NVDA because so if you look at the NVIDIA on a 1 minute chart, the stock was gapping down 2-3%. However, what I loved about it, you guys have to see my screen to understand that part. This 934 candlestick, this was a huge squeeze that I really like. These are usually the VWAP squeezes that becomes like a 1 minute opening range breakup. Again, 1 minute opening range breakup doesn't necessarily mean happens to exactly meet at number 2. So this candlestick squeeze was the one that I said, wait a minute, I potentially can come above the VWAP. So I took a long around here. And then as you see, we got this pop on that through, obviously, I traded NVDL, which is a leverage product of that. So this is DAS trader platform that I highly recommend for the people who are using with interactive brokers. You can actually go, there's a discounted link, you can sign up from BBT. But even if you are not using interactive brokers, a lot of brokers offer DAS Trader Pro Our funded account also is that with Das Trader. I think it's a very robust, very powerful data visualization platform. But it doesn't matter. Like any platform that you're using, even Thinkorswim or TradingView should be able to see this charting. And so that's the situation that I had. So I took a 1 minute range breakup on the stock that is gapping down, which is possible. It's not an A plus setup. So when the stock is gapping down, you really want to try to go short. But this one was you could trade it 1 minute range breakdown as well. It turned out to be a decent one. But I try to stay away a little bit from trading in the first 2-3 minutes because I looked at my stat and it seems that I'm mostly losing money on these 1 minute range breakouts. Tesla was another example that you could actually trade 1 minute range breakdown. Tesla in this case was even weaker and you could short that. But again, remember, this first few minutes very volatile. If you go short, you have to be ready to cover or don't get a squeeze. Yeah, so Pavan, if you watched Carlos goes through all of these levels in the pre-market show. I don't get the time to do that, but Carlos does a really good job. Some levels are automatically like pivot points and previous day close, and moving averages are automatically in your charts. Some of the daily levels you have to find it yourself. Like for example, if I go to the daily chart, this 116.72 level. So again, remember, watch my screen on the chat room, very important. So do you see this area here? So these two bounce with wicks. So these are potential area of the bounce. And then another potential area of bounce is around 113 in this area. So these are really, wicks that, price bounce back from there. And then when you actually go into a chart, see this 116.72 that we marked, it really holds as a potential level and then bounce back. Some of the levels that you find are not really tradable, so potential profit targets. Some of them are very clear that you can potentially trade based on that. This 116.72 was not a level that you really want to take a trade out of it because it's just a little bit not extended enough to take a reversal. But as you see here, it looks that a squeeze when that squeeze happened. You can actually see that not all the levels are tradable. You find them and you keep them on your chart potentially for profit target. So the best way of doing that is just to watch us. Very important to watch us. Like for example, doctors. Like I was watching an interview of Dr. Brett Steenbarger. He's a doctor and teaches in hospitals and universities, and he was saying that the surgeons. He made a really nice point. He said that how many surgeons you see during the surgery get anxiety, FOMO, gear? Zero. The reason for that is the way that they go through the training is for the first year, just the basics. For the second year, when they go actually through the operation and everything, they're just observing. They're observing. And their help is just maybe they give you an scissor or something like that. And then the third year, they start actually getting hands-on under very serious supervision. And then by the time that they become a heart surgeon, they're very, very experienced. So you as a new trader, you just have to observe. I tell a lot of my friends, hey, I want to be a trader. What should I do? Read the book and just come observe YouTube, or come to the chat room and just observe. Sit down, get a coffee, laugh at our jokes. And you need a couple of weeks to get the lingo or thought process. And then you start going into the simulator. Observation is very important. You have to observe us. And I don't think there is really any community that trades live like us with such a diverse, strategies. I know, for example, Ross Cameron does live trading, but I don't think you can see his screen. Plus, he's also trades penny stocks, so it's a different style. But I don't really think at least I don't know that anyone live sharing that people can actually see. It's very important to see the screen, entries, exits, losses, cries, laughs for some time. All right, there you go. Now market seems that it wants to move on. So Nvidia
just
chill.
long Tesla.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a long on Nvidia again, 46, 47. It seems that SPY wants to go up. Let's see if Nvidia can find some. I think some of our traders trade live. Like I know Avi with his mentors trade live. In peak capital trading, our experienced traders trade live. So you can actually get a little bit of a different style of trading exposure. But it's very important to be patient. This is like, open heart surgery. You don't want to jump into surgery directly. Berkshire, there are some stocks that are really not designed for day trading. Like Berkshire is one of those ones. Like, look at that. There's no volume. There's no order flow. Like, you really don't want to day
You
trade these
also
ones.
have to pay attention to the spread too. Like these large companies with low volume typically have, wide spreads between the bid and the ask.
Yeah, super important. Like, you really generally want to be like Magnificent Seven. The reason that we're trading them all the time is because the volatility and liquidity of them are amazing. And again, when Tesla as a $1 trillion company in 1 week goes down 20%, that means there's $200 million capital loss. And that's where you capital, even if you can get $10,000 off that $200 million loss of market cap, is good enough. That's why the larger the company, the 1% of Nvidia is very different from 1% of SOUM or a small cap company. You know how much capital is moving, and that's why you want to be in there to get some money. And then how you actually get an extra leverage on that, you go through the options, you go through these leverage ETFs that we'll figure out. We are working on that, and that's where you can actually get a better return. And the question is, guys, if you are really, trader, why Warren Buffett doesn't do that? Because it's just a small amount of money you can do these kind of things. Warren Buffett can't go and trade NVDA. If he wants to do that, he has to buy everything. You know what I mean? Like, this kind of small day trading are niche to some small accounts, small funds, some algo tradings, market makers. These are not the type of thing that Bill Ackman or George Soros or big money wants to do. They have to be in the bond market.
Yeah.
They are into the bond market.
Yeah, just I got
All right,
stopped
a lot
out of
of
Tesla.
a lot of fake breakouts. Yeah, Nvidia is also
Yeah.
SPY is just popping out. Yeah, even Nvidia, I think I'm gonna stop me out. Yeah, there's a lot of fake breakouts. Yeah, see these breakouts are. Yeah, I'm gonna get a stop down on Nvidia, guys. I'm gonna get a stop down on Nvidia. Yeah, I gave most of my profit back. See, it's a perfect example. I told you not to trade. I did, and I gave my profit back. Yeah, so see the SPY rips
Tesla's
higher.
Tesla's got it. Yeah, they see that pop up just got sold like hard.
Yeah,
There's some
it's
big
10. I
orders
don't
at
know.
275 for Tesla.
I mean, if market. See, now Nvidia is back up. Yeah, I gave half of my profit back, so should not do that.
Yeah, it's what I said. Basically, just this is just don't chase things around. It's wait for setups. I was chasing Tesla a bit there.
So Excel got
And it's hit
destroyed
that
yesterday.
Yeah. What did?
Also, Excel was like down 20%.
Oh yeah. one of our employees is in a SOXL. Andrew told him to sell and he didn't.
Idiot. I told him it was at 80. He told him to sell it. He said, no, I believe in. The moment that you start believing in something too much, so like the problem with the Michael Saylor is that, Michael Saylor has turned Bitcoin into a religion. And that's usually very dangerous. Even in politics, when something becomes a religion, it becomes very dangerous. It's Bitcoin and crypto are just an asset. It's just a volatile risk on asset. You know, you don't sell your kidney for an asset. So NVDA wants to go
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah, market
Should
keeps
we go
teasing, looking like it's going to go up and then just gets sold off again. Well, PLTR did a big round trip too. AMD is kind of creeping here. Creeping up, creeping up.
Yeah, but NVIDIA this time actually might go. I think this looks like NVIDIA this time.
Yeah, Janine, I think I didn't see sound on the scanners, which was kind of strange.
No, NVIDIA broke. Yeah, NVIDIA broke the high of the day. It's gonna go probably go green. Damn it. Damn it, NVIDIA. Just wanted to stop me out. Yeah, NVIDIA is most likely is gonna go green. Yeah, NVIDIA is gonna go. Yeah, NVIDIA 120. Yeah. Did anyone took that NVIDIA long? Yeah. Oh, Sid, you did that. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, nice, Sid. Yeah, very nice. I was thinking of jumping back in there, but I kind of lectured everybody on not trading after make the daily goal, and then it's kind of a disappointing, man. I'm the most idiot person in the world. John, you traded that break of 5 today? Yeah, NVIDIA mostly, yeah, I go 120 is going to green. The previous day closes 120.15. Yeah, and the volume also picked up on that at 10:05.
It's at PDC now. Definitely don't chase it here.
Yeah, definitely no. That ship sailed.
I'm watching cues. It looks like they're going to break out here.
Yeah, NVIDIA is going to go red to green. Boom. There you go. Fuck, I should have seen that. PLTR went up there.
I'm long the cues. I'm long the cues. This
True
after I told people
TQQ.
not to chase things.
True.
Yeah,
I know, we are such a hypocrite, guys. You have no idea.
I know. Well, it's kind of breaking a high of day here, so we'll just see if I'm going to keep a tight stop on this trade. SPI, the SPY also sort of trading at high of day. Tesla's back near high of day.
IWM is slowly rallying up. Now the market seems that it wants to find a direction. Yeah. IWM sold off, but now slowly trying to bounce back. It's just the White House is putting 25% tariff on everybody and everything. Colombia, Canada, Mexico, aluminum, steel. Our account goes down. Please, Mr. President, save our account. I'm long TNA. Right now, I got stuck again on TNA. I have 12,000 shares of TNA at 30.
I know.
That's how it starts, guys. 2 years ago, this TNA starts like that. Got stuck on that. Ross, my average is 38.12. Should have sold it when it came to break even. I think
here goes the cues. They're very nice.
Yeah. Very nice. S&P 500, 587. TNA 3837. Yeah, it's not bad. We're a little bit lower. Like IWM is below 200 moving average. Let's see what today is doing. I don't see market like go that much higher. The last time the IWM went down, it was just a full bear market, like for 6 months, and rates going up. The fundamentals of the market was super changing. This one, I don't know. I don't know if capitulation already happened or they're waiting for us to get capitalized and then bounce back.
I took
Bitcoin,
half that trade off on the Qs already. It just there was a nice volume move there, but on the Qs, let's see if it's what we're gonna do. See, there's still people selling here. Nvidia is really struggling to get through PDC. Tesla popped to 284.50, had some big orders right there, institution orders that got filled. Qs still have a bit of a bid underneath it, so let's see if we can move up here.
Hims and Her Wealth. What is this Hims and Her doing? Search that Hims and Hers. It's a telehealth. The company provides
Is
prescription
that
medicines over the
T-Dog?
internet. So you call them and then they give you
Come
drugs.
on,
Okay.
come on.
All right, NVIDIA is popping up. Yeah,
Yeah,
NVIDIA is
here we
really
go.
breaking out. I wish
They
I
got
was
through PDC. Yeah, yeah.
fast. All right, now market looks like it wants to find a direction to the upside, which is good. You from Vancouver is getting so beautiful. You have no idea. Look at that
Yeah, look at
beautiful
that. Eh?
morning behind me.
Here we go with the Qs.
Oh, Tesla is up running nice. I'm not in NVDA. Did anyone took NVDA or NVDL? It's fucking kind of stuff that I
Look at
can't believe I made only
Tesla's
$4,000 today. Ah,
yeah, Tesla's
yeah,
looking like maybe 290 is in play.
Tesla is also going up. Finally, Elon Musk did something done.
Just trading QQQ options, so just gonna sell some here, some more here.
Beautiful. Let's see if SPY can continue rallying higher or not. Tesla was very nice. Like, yeah, both. See, Tesla bounced back exactly from 200 moving average on daily chart. Like, this is very, very
Yeah,
interesting. 12K done, Ray. That's not cool. $12,000. Damn it. Profit. Guys, for Vancouver, you want to come and trade next to me here? Watch here, like imagine all people are standing here trading for. That would be nice. Cindy, are you a
Yeah,
VIP ticket? Because the VIP people are invited to my apartment. Did you buy VIP?
I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Cindy is. Yeah, Cindy's one of our traders who joined us in. Oh, I thought you were in there. Cindy was one of our traders, joined us in Colombia.
Oh, no, the problem is I don't have a space in my place. Like my place is 1,700 square feet. I think we sold 10 VIP tickets. Oh, you know what, Cindy? Um, Lindsay, she can't make it. She has a VIP ticket. If you want, you can buy her VIP ticket. Yeah, that would be nice. Email me. Actually, I put you in touch with Lindsay. Uh, there you go. We have that. Yeah, but the problem is I don't know how many people can I fit here. My balcony is big, with nice balcony with fireplace. But I have the best view in Vancouver,
Yeah,
guys. I have the best view, like panoramic view of the whole Vancouver.
big order at 290 on Tesla.
Very beautiful, guys. Watching. Oh, beauty. Nvidia is also moving up. PLTR was nice too. I have a boat, Ben. Vancouver is. If I was living in Florida or Dubai, I might have got a boat. But Vancouver, it's always cold. The water is really cold. Most of the time, it's really cold. These big boats, I don't know if nobody ever used them. It's not the lifestyle in Vancouver. Lifestyle in Vancouver
Yeah,
is having like a chalet, a ski place, like have a chalet or vacation home in Whistler. Like that's the mountain is this lifestyle here. Yeah, Janina, I agree with you. Like I'm also not a very water
yeah.
person. Um, like the people who have a boat, I found them that you can use it only 2 months in the year, and in that 2 months, if you're not traveling, if your friends are available, you have to ask everybody to come, and then if you're in the water, I don't like to be in the water. Like I like in the party, come and then do the Irish exit whenever that I want. So I don't want to, be stuck like 5 hours with a bunch of people that I might not enjoy. I like to just get out. Like, when I go to the parties, usually if I don't like that, Irish exits, like almost no goodbyes. Over there.
So what do they say that the two happiest moments for a boat owner is when they buy the boat and when they sell the boat.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But I don't know. I grew up. My parents had a boat, so I had access to a boat all the time, and it was great in the summer. Yeah, it wasn't. Our boat wasn't very expensive. It wasn't a big boat. I think the bigger the boat, the more the expense, obviously. Kind of chatting here because I'm still looking for trades, but I'm not seeing anything. I mean, Tesla kind of tried to do an assault on 290, and I thought maybe it was going to push through there, but I didn't trade it, but it didn't it didn't fill those orders, and now it's pulling back significantly. So yeah, and I really did it in an area where I didn't see any levels to trade off of. Kind of did it between R3 and R4. Maybe if we can get through this day without a big sell-off, maybe the bottom, maybe that might be an indication that kind of the selling is slowing down a bit. And then if Mr. Trump decides to delay the tariffs another month, the market would really, I think the market would really like that.
Oh, hope the president delays that until I get out of my TNA, and then you can put tariffs.
Some stocks that have really come up here, HIMS like HIMS has had a nice, what it looks like a double bottom on a daily. Rocket Lab went from green to red to green. Sorry, excuse me. It's gone green on the day after selling off into the open after those earnings numbers. Kind of interesting. This morning, it almost filled a gap from back in November. Reddit is green on the day. Again, it seems to be putting in a bit of a double bottom here, right at an area where I would expect some support here.
Wow, Tesla is very nice, guys. Tesla is very nice. It is very nice.
Yeah, Tesla's been a pretty decent trader today.
SMCI bounced back from that garbage drop too.
Yep. Yeah, I've had a bit of a what I would call maybe some bargain hunting or something. I don't know. A lot of stuff is really on sale compared to a couple weeks ago.
Well, the fact that market didn't really significantly drop today is a good thing. Because a lot of people were saying that the capitulation is happening.
Yeah, we'll just see if this holds. The SPY is back near high of day, which is
it was great trading there. Wanted to jump back on this NVDA at 10:05, but I don't know why I didn't.
Tesla's gone through high of day. PLTR is threatening to get to PDC. Like I said, AMD just crawling up slowly but surely.
Capitulation.
So yeah, we might actually we'll see if this holds, but we don't get a sell off as we get into the afternoon. But
Absolutely.
SPY is breaking out.
PLTR is definitely going to go green. Yeah, the price action on NVDA turned out to be bullish. Now 5 minute is very bullish, higher high, higher low. That's
I've still got 2 calls left on the queues.
No, Summit. I'm not in any trade. So you can see my P&L. I made only $4,000 NVDL, and I have some TNA and SPXL. Got them yesterday a little bit. So we're gonna swing them and see. If SPY goes back to 600, the situation would be nice. So this is my P&L right now. I mean, it could be way better, but the second trade on NVIDIA, I lost it. So yeah, I did my taxes yesterday. So if it gets approved, I get a $400,000 cash back because I overpaid my taxes, and then buy more TNA with it.
Average down.
Yeah, I just keep buying. Like
It's
if
kind of
they,
coming. It should be. It's coming back today. Seems to be.
I pay my taxes on quarterly, yes, and I usually overpay them because I got charged so much interest from this Canada Revenue Agency. Like I didn't know that. Like I got money. Like I'm new money. Like I didn't have any money. I got money, and most of my money I made in the last 3-4 years after pandemic. I didn't know how to do these kind of things, and you don't get a class or anything. So there was so much late delay and stuff. And now I decided to just pay in advance. And then my accountant did yesterday, and we get like $430,000 refund. That would be more TNA.
Tesla hit R4 and is pulling back now. Qs are still going up. Maybe I'll get to. I'm in the 40 or the 501s, 501 calls.
Yeah, that was Qs. Yeah, that was a good trade. You can also trade TQQQ, which is a leverage ETF of Qs.
Yeah.
They're usually on a volatile day, it's pretty good. Yeah, what a bounce. I like that. Situation is happening. Very interesting.
Like that little bounce back, that breakout, and then the bounce back. And that's quite often you see that pattern. You get a breakout, you get profit takers. The price will retest an area where the breakout was, but it holds it, and then that's where more buyers step in, and then moves the market up, moves the price up. We're still going here. It's going to get to $4. Here we are. We're at $4 on the 501s. Tesla still has some buyers here. All right, a lot of stuff getting a lot of the screens going green here.
Beautiful, yeah.
The big pocket of red for me here is the Chinese stocks.
SMCI green. Tesla's up 4% now. Wow. Love that. Love that shape. Stocks should go only up.
Oh yeah.
Ryan, I love you so much. SPY is going up. Relief.
Yeah. Yeah. PLTR had PDC. How's everyone doing on YouTube this morning? Catching that bounce? What did
What you can do is potentially what you can do. You can partial. Like if you have a lot of Bitcoin, you don't need to sell all of them. Like for example, when Bitcoin was like 110, 120, like partial them, have 50%, and then you always can keep something if you want to always be exposed to the market. Brian, there's a question for you. Have you ever blown up an account? I have.
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
It's part of becoming a trader.
It's part of becoming a trader.
If you have blown up your
Avi made $1,900 on Meta. That's good. That's nice.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, I can't say that blew up an account. I mean, in the .com bubble, I rode my account all the way up and then rode it all the way back down again. So I didn't really. I mean, it felt like it blew up.
Yeah, the
I
question
was
is
rich
when
in
you're
it.
the goal here is to not blow up accounts really bad. That's why we've put this funded account. Again, I don't want to try to sell you anything, but this funded account is something that if you go one time, there was a girl that she signed up. She shouldn't go live. Like she's a very new trader. She signed up, blew up the first day, and then emailed me, "Can you reset it for me?" Oh yeah, we can reset it for you. And then after 1 week, she blew up again. And then she emailed us and said, the whole point of this funded account is you won't be able to reset. And she paid for a reset and then she blew up again and then emailed us. And I said, okay, what's that for? Cool. Okay, we do it. So see, if that person would have been in live accounts, you can't call Interactive Brokers and ask for a refund. You gotta go through this process. And look, there is no consumer protection in the financial market. So, a lot of people go through these funded accounts and a lot of them blew up. And I think a lot of them just leave trading. And I like that. I think the success of this program is about how many people try that and how many people just move away from trading, how many people are not attempting the trading. I think that's a very successful. Again, I don't measure the success of a community and YouTube on how many amazing traders that we have. I measure the success that how many uh, traders minimize the risk in their endeavor. I think that's how I measure my success. It's not about like how many amazing traders we have and how many rich people. It's 8. No, it's about how many people come here and with a reasonable price for membership and education. They learn what trading is and how dangerous it is, and even walk away, which is totally fine. Yeah, um, it's very, very important for me, you guys, to not blow up your live account because you are my friend. Like I'm looking forward to see all of you in Vancouver next month because you're like my family members. Everywhere I go, like a lot of you I've met. Jeremias, you sign up for our conference yesterday. I saw that your email coming in. So a lot of people who are here, I like to see them. Like they're my friends. Like in Colombia, we had so much fun. We want to go to different places and everything. So, and I don't want you to blow up your money. I want you to get a good taste of this thing and potentially just not doing it if you think you're not ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not good for business. It's good for business to always showcase the people who just see, oh, look at this amazing student that I have. But I'm at the stage of life that I don't need more money. I need more legacy or something that to do, be proud of. Shh, gee.
Hmm. Okay, we're kind of ran out of bit of steam there on the way up.
Running out of steam.
Tesla's still pretty strong here, but this might be an area where it runs out of steam as well. And what time is it? It's just after 10:30, so this is when volume tends to drop off a little bit too. It's Friday.
So SPY is going toward R3, which is 588. Q's looks like it's in no man land.
Yeah, SPY already hit R3, kind of rejected. Actually, that's where it rejected.
Yeah, exactly, Bill. Like today, like
I'm out of,
I did lecture you about patience and I didn't, and I lost money.
I didn't, I didn't, I'm out of the rest of my Q trade. 'Cause I'm not really sure how much more upside we've got right now here.
Who's coming to a ski trip after Vancouver Summit? I think I'm actually thinking of going. It's going to be really fun. There's a lot of us who are going skiing. Jared, are you skiing? I don't think in your natural habitat there's snow. We got to get you to snow, Jared.
Yeah, as Jared lives in, I don't know if they get snow where he lives.
In Louisiana?
Yeah, maybe they do. I know it's cold. He was wearing a coat there for a while, or a hat. Had his hat on.
Jared, we're going to get you to Whistler. Get you some beautiful girls skiing. So the weekend after Dracula, what a name, Dracula. What a name for the community, Dracula. Yeah. So after the weekend after, like I told you,
Are you,
when I was really trading, my nickname was Sarah in the chat room that I was there. It was really good. It was very um, it was very that
you
name was
think,
helping
you
me.
thinking of skiing?
Yeah, I think I'm coming. Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of people coming. Thomas is coming. Cindy's going. Abby's going. Nate is going. Yeah, I think so. Just drive the Lambo to be Whistler. It's a good excuse to drive the car.
Hmm.
Dracula, message Avi, email Avi, and then we add you to that group that we have that we're planning it, and then you know exactly what to book and where to book. So the event that we're talking is a 3-day conference that we have. It's 1-day TEDx event and 2-day our main live trading summit and workshops. And especially TEDx, I'm super excited for that because this is a new one. First time that we're doing it is 1 day, not only talks, but I have a lot of local artists that are coming to perform. Plus there is rooms for exhibitions and performing art. And we're going to send the brochure and website and out very soon because we're working on that. I'm actually super excited. This is going to be the most well-funded event in Vancouver, and we're super excited. We actually hired the, curator to curate the program for us. Bring all the artists and everything. So I'm actually super excited. That event itself, just the TEDx, cost me almost 100 grand. But I think it's going to be super cool, and I'm actually super excited.
Yeah, it's
I don't
going to
think
be,
Vancouver ever.
yeah. I mean, last year's event was amazing. This one's going to be it's going to be next level.
Yeah, next level. Yeah, they would be super nice. If you can make the trip, guys, that would have been amazing. I think it would worth it. Plus, you see your family members. INVH is here in this Canada. INVH Invitation Homes.
Tesla just came down through the 9, hit the 20, bounced. Could have taken that trade. Feel like I'm kind of done for the day. Nvidia's kind of doing a 920 here as well. but the moving average lines are pretty narrow, so it's pretty a little bit more difficult if you compare it to Tesla's moving averages. You got a lot more room to play with here for a bounce. I would say Tesla might be a short here.
Slow short.
Your stop is just to like 20 or 30 cents.
Slow shorting Tesla. This kind of did the 920, Brian, from 288 to 290.
Yeah, it already bounced off the 9, hit and came up against the 20 and didn't push through it, which and let's see what it does here.
It's the Canadian.
Yeah, I've gone short. I'm short Tesla. See if it rolls over more here. Honestly, it could go either way here, the way I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it's held at 20 EMA. I'm wrong in this trade. I'm out of it. The Q's bounced back too, so right back to high of day. Nvidia's bouncing off the 20 EMA too. Yeah, we're getting bounces off these moving averages. Well, came back a little bit there, but it's just like Peter said, can't be can't be right all of the time. I still think this is a don't think it's going to go much higher, but I'm not going to bet either way on it.
You're shorting, shorting
Tesla.
Tesla, huh?
Yeah.
Can't still believe SOXL was down 20% like yesterday. It's now $22. It was like $70 last year. Leverage products are destruction of wealth.
Yeah, SOXL is it's a 2x, isn't it?
B. It's already it's 3x leverage on 11 stocks that are already very volatile. Like, for example,
Yeah.
TNA is like 1,000, TQQ is like 100 companies. But these already NVDA and SMCI, they're already super volatile by themselves. Like, SMCI moved up 8% today. NVDA is like 4 or 5%. Like it was down minus 3% and now it's up 2%. And this one is already 3x leverage on them. It's just like a asteroid and asteroid.
Today the financials are fairly strong. I see. Look at that Tesla. Damn! I knew it. It's gonna go back down again. Financials are the ones that are up the most today. Consumer discretionary is right up there too. Healthcare is feeling the pinch today. Yeah, Tesla rejected right at R4, which is pretty close to it's kind of a bit of a double top there. Got some orders showing up here at right around 290. So a little bit more upside, maybe back at R4, those orders. And we got some orders at 295. Yeah, so Bitcoin's kind of made a bit of a bounce here at 83,800 now. MSTR is gone from red to green. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where we go out today. See if the market can hold up. If we'll see if the sellers come in and step into this as we get into the afternoon.
Yeah, so 7:50 my time, which is
1050.
10:50. Yeah, so do
So
we
you
and
not really see. That was a example of a trade that probably last Tesla trade. Again, as the day wears on here on a Friday, tend to get don't get these nice clean moves. So unfortunately, that was my last trade, I think, unless I see something really like here in the last 10 minutes. but everything seems to be sort of settling into a bit of a range here. Nvidia, the last 10, 15 minutes or so has not really done much of anything. Same with PLTR, same AMD's. AMD's had a nice little run back up. SPY's back at high of day, pretty close. Amazon just flatlining. So what's Meta doing? Meta's looking like it's trying to break out here.
All right, so let's get some questions in the last 5 minutes. Yahas is asking, can I expect Bitcoin to go back to $96,000? The answer to that, yes, you can expect. But the question is when and what's your risk management situation? Like this can go tomorrow back to 96,000, or it can just take another 2 years to go back up. So that's why it's super, super important, guys, to make sure that you have some risk management in there.
Yeah.
Zenter, no, I don't hate Bitcoin. What I do think that is not making any sense is the narratives around Bitcoin. You know, it turned out to be Bitcoin is actually a risk asset, like many other assets like gold and other stuff. It's not really that much of a hedge, and it didn't go actually, you know, mainstream. Like you don't see everywhere accepting Bitcoin or replacing the fiat currency. And how many decades you want to sell this idea that is gonna replace the fiat currency? It's just, I don't think it's gonna happen. So Bruce, that's why you shouldn't go all in there. That's why you shouldn't sell your kidney to do that. You know what I mean? This is idiot. Like Michael Saylor is a very smart person. He says that because he's gone all in into this Bitcoin, and he really prefers you sell your kidney to buy Bitcoin
Yeah.
because his company is heavily leveraged on that. So
Yeah.
this is unethical. I mean, illegal, maybe we can argue about if it's illegal or not, but at least I would say is illegal. Michael Saylor is not an idiot person. He's a very, very smart person. And usually scammers are super smart people. Like, I'm not saying he's a scammer, but I'm saying that selling your kidney to buy Bitcoin for Mr. Michael Saylor is definitely unethical. Like illegal, maybe we can argue, you know, about that. No, it's not a joke. Do you know Michael Saylor? Michael Saylor is not joking about these kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's illegal. I mean, it's pretty well known that's he's just basically what they say, talking his book. I mean, he's heavily invested, and I mean, it's no different than the short sellers that load up on a shorts on a stock and then come out with a negative report. I mean, they're really just talking. They're talking their book. So you just have to be aware of that. So when somebody says something like that, what would motivate them to do that? Obviously, Michael Saylor's incredibly invested long in Bitcoin. So he wants other people to just keep supporting the price.
I mean, SEC recently released, some guideline, and which was very important because a lot of people don't know what's happening with the regulation. So I think Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of grandfathered as the security. So SEC has jurisdiction over them. But meme coins, they're essentially released that this is just a social tokens. So, pump and dump essentially is okay on that. Because, as when a social token, if someone says, hey, I already have this one and I'm going to sell it to you, but buy. So you're using your influence currency to push the price higher, and then you sell it to them. There's really nothing wrong with that. And this is not a security. So when Dave Portnoy said that, Dave Portnoy came and said, what am I doing with my life? You can have a lot of followers and you can just pump a meme coin. And, he did up on Twitter. I love Dave Portnoy. He's a very genuine person. And yeah, popped up, and then he had almost $75 million profit or something like that. And you said, "Oh, I have it, and I'm going to sell it on you. Buy it or this." So he essentially social that you can do that. And there was a question I saw, actually a paper from a law professor in Yale that's arguing that if everybody knows that this is a pump and dump, is it illegal? When actually from the beginning is very clear. So that's the thing. So let's go through another question. Let's see if I have a question. So Sam is asking, if Tesla moved $2, how much TSLL will move? So Sam, you have to look at it the percentage wise, not the dollar value. So if Tesla moves 1% intraday, TSLL moves 2% intraday. So it's 2 times leverage. Any other questions? Let's see if we can get some questions before I hand it over to folks. So Zach is asking, will the TQQ drop to 40 when the tariffs go through? Well, the answer to that is you really don't know. A lot of these are going to price in. So yeah. So
you have to
you
have to assume that. I think the way Trump has been talking, you have to assume that the market is already assuming these tariffs are going to go ahead, and so given that it's already common knowledge, you would think that the market is, I would say, for the most part, priced it in. So now, what I was saying earlier is if he changes his mind, and delays it another month, it could be a good catalyst for the market to move up, because if he keeps delaying it, it kind of takes away a bit of his credibility anyway, because he kind of did that in his last term, kind of talked about tariffs and didn't follow through with some of them. So we'll see. I mean, like we say, nothing. We don't know anything for sure. So it's hard to,
even
if
the
you
White
want to
House.
bet. I was just going to
Go
say,
ahead,
if you
Brian.
want to bet on a binary event, I mean, that's, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, it's and the White House has been really clear about this, that these are obviously negotiation positions. So you always start from the extreme, and then you set your expectation really well, and to see what the other party is doing. And we'll see. Like March 40, like definitely, like Mexico needs to do something, and Canada to some extent do something. I don't know how much fentanyl is coming really from Canada, but you gotta
Very
do
little.
something. I think, like yeah, you gotta do something. And obviously, tariffs or something. Canada is getting it very serious. Like, for example, I know all the provinces are getting ready, because it can get really bad heat. But I don't think President Trump wants to destroy the economy of Canada or Mexico, but they want to get your shit together a little bit. So we'll see. Any other question? We have 10 seconds. Oh, so the funded account is, so somebody's asked, can you explain the funded account? The funded account is, we give you a $50,000 account for 3 months with a simulator on the side as well. You trade on that. At the end of the 3 months, whatever profit you are, I'll write you a check. And if you lose the money, then you lost the money. It's a simulator still, but we call it funded training account because we want you to sweat on every single trade. So it comes with 2 accounts at the same time. One of them is the one that you cannot reset and you cannot change the buying power. The other one that has options trading as well, that you can change as much as you want. It's the biggest data feed that you can get from NASDAQ. And the goal here is to simulate the environment for you. And I think everybody should go through that. And if you cannot pass it multiple times, then there is something seriously wrong with your trading trade book strategy. Maybe take the boot camp, or seriously reconsider if you want to be a trader or not. So no, it's 50K buying power. It's 12,500 equity. And the loss is, you're allowed to lose in that $3,000 or $9,000 buying power. Is it 9 or 12,000? Yeah, buying power on that. Yeah, the information is over there. And if you have any question in there, so no penny stocks, nothing under $5 because we want that's not the focus of our community, and I think it would be a disservice to you if we allow you to do this kind of things. So on Siri, the VIP summit tickets to my apartment probably going to be Friday night. So that will be March 28th. We'll send you an email probably about a week. Yeah, so the funded account comes with that. So what account size I think the account size 1%. Like for example, Gary, my account is like 8.5 million. 1% would be $85,000. It's a little bit difficult to get, Gary, in that size. So I think the size that might work for these probably a couple of $100,000 is pretty easy. But after that, so Summit registration. If you go to the homepage, there is the information on that, and we're gonna update that. I'm gonna also put the link here in there. And if you have any question, just email me, guys. No,
Right.
you don't need
That
to.
was
No, you don't need to invest any money. Sorry, Brian. Just one last question. It's just
yeah,
the
go ahead.
cost is $9.99, which half of it is for the platform and data fee. So that's the only thing that you will lose on that. All right, we're gonna hand it over to folks in the chat room.
Yeah.
Thor is coming. Hey, boss. And great trade on Tesla. And then YouTube guys, I think Abby's coming. Abby made a really nice trading today.
Mm-hmm. Hope everyone had a good morning. And just remember what Carlos says. Don't make any crazy trades here this afternoon. Go into the weekend with a good attitude and enjoy family and friends. So, but keep an eye on what happened in the market later around lunch, 1 a.m. See what happens. See if we can hold up here. All right. Take care, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Brian and Andrew. Fantastic, as always. How you guys doing on YouTube today? Hello, hello. Happy Friday. There we go. We get all this up and running properly. There it is. Okay. Cool. So that's been a fun week, huh, guys? All kinds of movement. Yesterday was wild. Today feels even wilder. But so let's see. Yep, I had a good one today, just one trade, and that's it. I'm gonna call it the end of the week. Oddly enough, I've seen about 4 different opportunities since I took that first trade, but I haven't touched any of them just because honestly, I'm done. I'm just done with the week. So here, I'll show it to you. Today was the day to catch meta, for me at least. To put it quite simply, the picture here that you see is this 30-minute chart, and I'll go back to the pre-market and see that yesterday was weak, pulled up, did a reverse ABCD, made a new low and it closed down there, and then it was basically consolidating. And during the consolidation, even had a few false breakouts on the upside, right? And right before the market opened, look what happened there. It actually broke down right through it. So I was thinking, this is breaking down. It's basically continuing its downtrend. At the open, if it rejects this 658 area, I'm going to call it a retest, a breakout, and then a retest of this consolidation and take it short. And sure enough, that's precisely what happened at the open. I got it short right at the open and straight down to the bottom. So on a 1 minute, that's where it is. Took that short. You can see even on the 1 minute, did a breakout retest. I got in at the retest right in the first, I don't know, 10 or 20 seconds or so, and rode most of that move down on put contracts. And here it is. There's the entry on these put contracts and added some more, scaled out. And that was the end of that for the day. So it's a little tragic because it's just a few bucks away from 20K. So, oh well, can't trade the PNL. But if I did trade the PNL, I could have actually manipulated that a little bit. Anyways, but that's enough for today. Other than that, we've had some fun with all kinds of stuff. Look at the SPY, massive sell-off yesterday. It's been weak. You can see it's been in a big bearish run. And what happened today? I'd put in that massive long tail hammer. You see that, guys? And so for my trade book, that's a very good indication for a reversal. It's exactly in the right place with the right context. And then as it breaks through the next level up, 587 on the 1 minute chart, that would have been the entry. So the entry would have been in this area here. And then again, later give you opportunities to enter. And you'd still be in this going for the next target up. Again, this is like precisely out of my trade book. I'm not trading anymore. Other than that, I would have definitely looked at this. And we have what else is it? Oh yeah, Meta doing the same thing. Similar thing. Again, I took the short, right? But look at this. I put in that massive long tail hammer, and the entry would have been the breakout of 568, and you're going long. And again, that's a trade on any other day I would take, but today I'm just done with it. So entry was in this area around 568, and you're in this. So anyways, lots of opportunities. Even on a day after a massive sell-off, right? Well, you expect things to be volatile anyway. But fun. How about you guys on YouTube? Did you have a good time this morning? JJ Beaver, you love these measured moves. 2 times this week, it confirmed your trade. You made money. Awesome. I'm glad it's working for you. It's working for me too, you know? There you go. Once you find something that begins to work for you more times than it doesn't, now you begin to have an edge. Now you got to develop that, right? And get it to be tighter and sharper and be precise about it. Make sure you have mechanisms in there so you don't overtrade or revenge trade. All that's a part of the trade book. So, my mechanisms are basically only trade at these levels, these measured move levels, and use massive candles, which are 30-minute candles. That's all there is. That keeps me away from all the dangerous, destructive behavior, such as revenge trading and overtrading. And even today, I could have easily gone into 3 more trades after the first one, but I know, like, mentally, even physically, I'm just beat up. It's Friday. It's been a very exhausting week. Lots of trading, lots of sessions, lots of mic time. So I realize I'm not in a place where I'm fit to trade anymore. One was enough. I just had capacity for one today. So there we go. What do we got here? Dalton, you want me to clarify? If you mark the distance from high to low in the 8 a.m. 30-minute candle and you spread the same distance across the upcoming day. Yep, that's exactly what I do, Dalton. I measure out the 30-minute 8 a.m. candle, just the high and low, and then put lines further down and further up on your chart at the same distance. Measured moves. There's nothing to it. You know what I like about them? There's no subjectivity. It's not like you're hunting for levels and you can create levels just to take a trade, right? They are exactly where they are. You cannot move them. There's no room. There's no wiggle room. Just like trading off of previous day's close or previous day's highs or lows, those are very precise levels. You can't manipulate that, right? Your subconscious can't manipulate you when you're in a revenge trading mode. And then you create levels and then you create phantom setups and you avoid all that stuff by just having levels that can't be messed with. So I like it for that. Again, it keeps all the demons away. Big candlesticks or big time frames, so 30-minute chart and levels that can't be messed with. So yeah, it works. There you go. You're welcome. Robert, no, I don't size down on Friday. I just trade the same thing. I mean, this week I took multiple trades on the SPX options, which are 0 DTE options every day. I could have traded that today as well, and I showed you the setup. It was there. It was there maybe 30 minutes ago to get long on that. I didn't trade, but I would have traded that today. It would have been the same as yesterday. The same idea with risk and various things. So I'm not sizing down. For me to stop trading today, it's unique today. I'm just tired. I'm just not fit to trade anymore. I know I'm not as sharp mentally as I want to be if I'm going to put risk on. So time to begin the weekend. Asta, what's my risk percent per trade? Percent? I don't even know because my account I just keep taking cash out of it, so it kind of fluctuates in that sense. But typically I have a pretty standard 5K risk per trade is what I like to go with. I'm quite comfortable with that. Sometimes I'll go bigger. Yesterday I put on a bigger one when I was convinced of the position. I actually scaled into it bigger. So I initially had a bigger risk and then tightened it up. and minimize the risk and put on more size. But that's generally the kind of risk I put on per trade most of the time. There you go. So what do we have now? Tesla did a big move up. Got right into yesterday's range, 290. See what happened at 290 yesterday on Tesla? Just chopped around it all day. You did find plenty of moves around it, but it was basically 290 is quite sticky. And what's it doing now? I was telling my mentees earlier this morning, Tesla's going up, but it's gonna get sticky at 290 because that's what it did last time it was there. That was just yesterday. So let's see what happens. Truly finds buyers, goes away, goes up from there or down from there. But 290 is kind of where it's you see, it's quite sticky. Doesn't want to move. Yeah. What else do we have here? Meta did good. AMD was a good breakout. I was talking breakouts this morning with my mentees, and we were going into details about breakouts. Real quick, I'll show you what I look for in a breakout. It's essentially what I traded today. But the best breakouts, in my view, come after consolidations. And if you look at AMD on the 30-minute chart, look at this big consolidation in the pre-market. And once it started to look like it's going to break out at a level, that's when you go into a 1-minute chart and then find a breakout. But the point is, if it's not consolidating, it's just going. Like if it just went straight through this level around this 102 zone without a consolidation, I wouldn't call it a breakout. Yeah, it actually goes through the level, but I only want to take breakouts after a consolidation. Look at this one here. Consolidation, then a good breakdown, right? The more convincing breakouts happen after consolidations. So this was really well set up. And so once it started to approach the level, then I zoom into the 1 minute and it's in this area. And you got to find an entry somewhere there and off you go. You got the move. It went from one level to the next and that's the target. It took maybe, 30 minutes to get there, but it's worth waiting for. So there you go. Joel, my next webinar is on the 20th of March in Trading Terminal, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks, put that down in your calendar, 20th of March. There you go. Ali Nasser, the strategy and the details of it that I use are within our BBT Education Center. So with that $1 subscription, you get access to the Education Center where you get all the short videos on the strategies and the various downloadable materials. It's all there. So in our Education Center. I've done many webinars on this, many, but those are the short videos, at least they're bite size, and you'll be able to absorb it pretty quickly. Get a good clear picture on it. Jace, you want to know about Apple? No, I didn't touch Apple today, and I would not have. Firstly, this whole candle is invalid. It's a bad print, so I'm not even looking at it. So ignore the wick, and what do you have on Apple? A whole lot of nothing. I don't see anything. Just consolidation, not going anywhere, and didn't set up for anything. It's just there. So, no. I've looked at it a few times today, but not on my mind. Not something I want to touch. There you go, guys. Who's coming to Vancouver? It's going to be great. Can't wait for it. I really can't wait. It's time to travel again. It's been a little while. Time to get out of town and go meet my family, basically. My day trading family, chosen family. All you guys in Vancouver, we're gonna have so much fun. Talk about the trading and all the great speakers that are there. Like, I'm excited for the TEDx event. I've never been to a TEDx event, so this is cool. And yeah, lots of great speakers, lots of high performance stuff. Really important when you're day trading. I mean, you got to perform. You got to be at your level best. Like today, I know after the first trade, I'm already exhausted. I'm not at my best. I'm not going to trade. But then the question is, how do you always be at your best? Right? You got to perform at your level best to trade. So we're going to talk a lot about that in Vancouver. A lot of great speakers coming for that. So that'll be awesome. And then as Andrew was saying as well, we're going to Whistler. We're going to go snowboarding and skiing and stuff. So make a little vacation out of it for a couple of days. So make sure you come. Always a blast. There you go. Nadeem, yep, the strategies that I use are within our BBT Education Center. The videos are there. It's all in there. Joel, you want to know what I'm going to focus on this webinar? Show up and find out. How about that? Show up and find out. Best way to do it, really. Osman, my watch list is on a 30-minute chart. Everything I watch is on a 30-minute. The setups I'm looking for are on 30-minute charts. And if the setup shows itself, then I'll zoom into the 1 minute and try to get an entry. That's basically a fractal pattern setup or fractal pattern strategy. What's going on? We're finding sellers everywhere right now. What happened there? Something went wrong. There it is. Yeah, the spy's tanking as well. Karam Malraja, you're gonna be there in Vancouver. Awesome. Yeah, look forward to meeting you too. I love it. Whenever I go to Vancouver, I get to meet all of you. And it's so fun. So fun. Names can be, sometimes they slip your mind, but you never forget a face. You never forget the feeling of when you shake someone's hand. I never forget that. Not great with names, but the sharing of energy, that you don't forget. That's important. That's why we have the in-person thing. Very good. Very important. Atif, you more fun in person. There you go. Atif is selling me now. He's like pimping me out. Yes, I'm more fun in person than in the video. Thank you. Oscar, the VIP tickets, and are there any left? I don't know personally. But Carlos would have the link here, I'm sure. I can drop it in here and we can take a look if there's VIP tickets left. I don't think there would be at this point, but again, I'm not aware. You know what? Let's just
Yeah,
let's look
I
at it.
think Andrew said they're sold out, man.
Sold out.
I
Okay.
think people are actually people that can't make are selling their tickets because there's no more left, right? So, yeah, I think they're
Okay.
sold out.
Okay. Thanks, Carlos. Yeah, guys, they're sold out, but don't worry about it. Hey, come talk to me during the conference. I'll tell you Andrew's address. You can find his apartment.
You might be hanging out in the hallway, but you'll be there at least.
There you go. Oh man. LAN, no, I don't draw manual levels anymore. I don't like them. There's too much room for me to mess around with it. So this is just easier. No subjectivity, right? Dan, you're gonna give me a kiss, no handshake? Okay. Bring it. Vancouver. No handshakes in Vancouver, just kisses. You guys are really frisky this Friday, huh? Let's see. Questionnaire from Samuel John. Do you do options buying or selling? What are all the topics covered? The art of printing money using the okay, yeah. So the course in trading terminal. What I do, the way I trade is really no different than anyone else. I'm looking for long or short opportunities on these equities. But if I see a long, for example, instead of buying the stock, I'll buy call options. And if I want to go short, instead of going short the stock, I'll buy put options. And I'm just looking at the price action on the equity. And I'll take my exits based on the price action of the equity, my targets, and my stop losses, stop outs. So that's what I do. As far as the course is concerned, it's much more broader than that. It's a whole different thing. It's about the 80-20. And the 80-20 principle is truly, it's very powerful, basically. There's a few things that bring the majority of your results. There's a few causes, basically. And you got to identify what are those truly few powerful things that you should be focusing on to get your trading off the ground and underway. And so with the course, that's where I really help you. I get you into the right mindset and expose you to the right kind of things you should be looking at, and even planting seeds in your heads of the direction to go in on the technical stuff. And that actually sets you up then to start creating your own strategy. When you're early on, or even for when you're later on and you're lost and you're stuck, you're like 2 years in, 3 years in, you can't make money, you can't figure this out. It's frustrating. This will help reset your mindset and kind of like plant seeds in your head to go and look at these few things that have been proven to work more times than not, right? And so that's the whole point of that. And of course, with the course, you get access to my mentorship and one-on-one sessions with me as well. So all that's there. So it's quite broad in that sense. As far as strategies are concerned, there are many, many, many strategies in there. Many. I show you so many in there that I've used successfully over the years, including my trading journal, all that stuff. So Yeah, that's what that course is about. And that's on Trading Terminal. There you go. Piyush, what's the difference between the tickets? The VIP ticket gives you access to Andrew's apartment, not his bedroom. I don't think so, but to his apartment. There you go. Matthew, you're beginner on MES futures trading. Okay, account size of 10K, buying power. You're buying 5 contracts a day. Stop dollar value. Okay. See, Matthew, I think it's important you look at the percentage of your accounts that you put at risk on any trade, no matter what your account size, whether it's $10,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. Do you risk half your account on a single trade? Is that even smart? I mean, ask these questions to yourself and you'll find your own answers. Or should you risk 1% of your account on a single trade or 3% of your account on a single trade? Those are things you got to ask yourself. And I think most of us will find our own answers just asking those questions. And now you know what kind of size to take based on your entry and your stop. And, that's the amount of risk you put on. So think of it in those terms, especially early on. We don't have a lot of experience. Minimize your risk and also have a max risk per day. So like 5% of your account is lost within the first on the day, or then you stop trading. You got to find a mechanism that locks you out. DOS Trader has the mechanism that lock you out, stop you from trading. You can set all that up, risk controls. So you got to have those controls in place. I wish I used them. There's many times it would have saved me. I blew up quite a few accounts early on, and there are many times where it did save me from blowing up accounts as well. So think of it in those terms, percentages, more than just dollars and cents. Dollars and cents it gets exciting, but then now when you're excited, you're not trading. Now you're just excited. You're not focused. Big difference. And you need to be focused when you're trading. This is a dangerous business, You can see we all take losses and winners all day. But so you gotta stay focused, right? You get excited, well, go to Las Vegas. Don't be here. It's very different. What do we have here? Tesla again getting sticky here. 290, huh? That's the key number on Tesla. It's just gonna sit there all day for now. Lan, why can't you see the cursor on my screen? Because you're not in the BBT chat room. That's why. I'm sharing my screen. Sorry, my window here. I'm not sure why it doesn't show up. We looked at this before, but can't figure it out. But you can kind of see the crosshairs, right? You can see the crosshairs there. There you go. Just can't see the mouse pointer, which don't ask me why. I don't really know what the deal is here. Anyways, in the chat room, it works just fine. I trade live with my mentees every day. It works just fine. I can see everything. All that's recorded as well. Tammy, is it one-time fee and you get access to the morning live trading with me for live? Tammy, the link right here that the Bearable Traders team has put in, take a look at the link. There are multiple different options for subscriptions. 1 month, 6 months, lifetime, wherever. Take a look and whatever you like, it's all there. Yep. For BBT, that's again on the BBT website. The $1 one is where you can really just get a good feel. You get it for I think it's a week. You get access for a week, education center, live trading, all that stuff. So that's a good way to get a good feel for what it is and see if you like it. So there's that. Joel, yeah, maybe. You know what I think it is? Because I'm using only one single screen. My whole trading platform is one screen. It's not like 5 different screens. So I'm not sharing the entire screen. I got all kinds of stuff on here with the BBT stuff, and also what I'm sharing is a particular window, just one window here. And whatever we're talking about, I'll put it on in this window. So the software here is picking up the window, and the mouse pointer, I'm guessing, is not a part of the window, right? I can move it anywhere I want. So that's really what's happening. When I had multiple screens, I would just share one entire screen, and anything on that screen gets projected. So a little different. Anyways, that's how that goes. What do we see here, man? I don't see any opportunities. I saw some earlier as far as trading is concerned. Tesla's a no-go. AMD's back to where it broke out from. Could be retesting, going up again. I don't know. Anyways, not that time of day where things make sense. Guys, one thing that I use to keep me out of trading at the wrong time of the day, as in when things are messy, is actually the 30-minute chart. Typically on a 30-minute chart, I don't see setups at this time of the day. You see them early in the first 1 hour or 30 minutes or 1 hour. And then it takes another 5 30-minute candles to make a setup, to form a setup. At that point, it's past noon. And then now I got some setups later. And that's great because between, let's say, 10:30 and noon, I hardly get any opportunities. And it's just kind of built into the strategy of looking at 30-minute charts. So there's one way to just keep yourself away from messy action. That's how I do it. I don't have rules about time of day, but I have rules about patterns I want to see on the charts. So there you go. It's one way to do it. Vineet, how do you pick the measured move levels? How do the high and low significance? Okay, gotcha. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the 8 a.m. candle. These days I'm on the 30-minute chart, just the high and low of the 8 a.m. candle. Measure that and then just draw lines further up and further down on the chart. That's all there is. The significance of the 8 a.m. candle, to my understanding, again, Thor is the right person for this. He knows all the details. I'm just kind of like, think I know it. Is that at 8 a.m., the market makers open for business and settle all the orders that need to be settled that came in overnight. And so if you sit there and watch the 8 a.m. candle as it's forming, it's pretty wild. It moves up and down and puts big wicks on both sides, usually on all tickers. And there's usually a lot of volume. And what I've discovered over the years is that the high and low of that candle tends to get respected quite a lot during the day. And then I started exploring the measured moves from that 8 a.m. candle, and I found that they work beautifully. So that's all I use now. That's all there is. Nice and easy to it, right? Easy stuff. Again, I'm not one for philosophy. I don't really know why things happen. All I know is that it does happen more often than not. I can put probabilities on it. I can put risk on it. I can make money on it. That's how I like it. If you want to talk philosophy, I'm not really the right guy for that. Again, 80-20, right? My brain doesn't want to work too hard. Keep it really simple. So that's how I like to do it. What's going on here? We have Microsoft right at the bottom. Yeah, things are weak generally. Cool. What else you guys want to talk about? Got me talking so much. Samuel, you want to know the course price went high, removed last 2 days, trading terminal. No, Samuel, you got to catch it when it's there, man. Matthew, the problem you're facing is you do great with day trading, you make money, but losing percentages. Yeah. So, yeah, yesterday was a good day for me. I put that on Twitter and even today. So your problem here is your losers are bigger than your winners, right? And the whole point is, how do you make money? You make money if your winners are bigger than your losers. Now, you don't make money thinking you're going to win every trade. It's not going to happen. Also, you're not going to lose every trade, even if you just get lucky. Even just dumb luck is 50-50. You're going to win some. All right. So the thing is, once you get your strategy, of course, you must have a strategy, put the percentages in your favor so that you try and win more than you lose. But the thing is, when you do lose, you must respect your stop. And you must know where that stop is before you even put the trade on. Your trade itself should have a thesis, like you find support at a level, for example. So, that's the thesis. It's above that level, the buyers are there and it's pushing up. And so what would invalidate that thesis? Well, if the price action goes down below that level, now that thesis you had, that level of support is no longer valid. So your stop should be right there at the point where your thesis is invalid, which is just under that level. Now, for example, here on AMD, if you went long here 5 minutes or 10 minutes ago with the idea that this green line is holding, okay, so you're long, but then look, a few minutes ago, it just came back below the level. That's when you stop because your thesis is invalid. The idea is that the line is holding a support, the buyers are there. Now the buyers are no longer there, or they may be there, but no, it's gone below the level. So that's it. You stop out. You don't think about why and what. You know where the stop is, you stop out. That's how you keep your losers small, really small. And on the other side, keep your winners big. So one thing I like to do is have a target in mind. So if I'm entering this long here on AMD on the chart, I'll have the idea that it's at this level and the price is going to go to the next level. So that's the target. So my stop would be right below the level, right? My entry would be just above the level, and the target's there. Now you can see if it's a winner, it's much bigger. It's like 5 times as big as the loser. And that's how you should trade, with high risk versus reward in your favor, asymmetry. You need asymmetry in your favor. Otherwise, no matter what you're doing, you're not going to make money. Very simple. Your winners have to be bigger than your losers. And truly, that is the art of printing money. That's actually one of the biggest pieces of the course I put on Trading Terminal. Like, really, how do you make those winners tremendously bigger than the losers to the point where you don't even bother with the losers? You can take 20 of them. It doesn't even matter. How do you actually do that? How do you figure that out? And firstly, how you have to understand how important that is. It's absolutely the key thing in trading. Your strategy must incorporate massive risk to reward in your favor. Otherwise, you don't have a strategy. You're just playing with luck. So think of things in those terms. So you get a good example right here. And AMD, look, if you entered earlier for this breakout, you would have entered here maybe long. Your stop is below the level. And look at the target. That's like 5-1, right? You can lose 3 times getting stopped out, but just need 1 time for it to work and you've made money. There you go. So your strategy must incorporate risk versus reward. And then when you have a runner, let it run to your target. Seriously, let it run to your target. This is where everyone messes it up too. Once you get a strategy, once you figure out risk to reward, you're good with your stops, but then you're not good with your reward because you don't let it run. And that's everyone. I struggled with that yesterday. I had a few good trades yesterday. One of them, it was a green trade, but I actually mismanaged it. I took it off way too early. Then I struggled to put it back on. It was not in the right place and all that. But so messed that one up. But you really got to get that straight. There's risk and there's reward. 2 things, right? Think of 2 things. There you go. Hope that helps. Joel, you're out. Cool, man. See ya. Yeah, my plans are always to go from level to level. That's always my trade plan. That's how I use these levels. I enter at one level with the idea it's going to the next level. And if I don't have the idea or the confidence it's going to the next level, I'm not gonna take it. The pattern setups is what tells me that it's going to the next level. So I won't take it if I don't have risk to reward in my favor. It's just not worth it, man. What are you gonna risk $1 to make $1? That's silly. Risk $1 to make $5. Now you're making sense. Now you're making sense. And really build that into your trade book. We have a boot camp, right? Peak Capital boot camp, where a lot of guys are going through the program. And every time I go in there and do some live trading stuff, I say it like almost every time in there, where well, the idea there is everyone's trying to find a trade book, a trading style that's profitable for them, that they can execute. People finding their way in trading. And this whole thing about trade books, people ask me about them, and my response to them is always, I was just really obnoxiously tell them, like, seriously, give me any trade book. Write down your trade book. I don't care what it is. Write it down. Give it to me. And give me 3 months. I'll make it profitable. No matter what. I'll trade any trade style, any strategy, whatever. You know why? You know how I can obnoxiously just say that? Is because I'm only going to trade it when there's high risk to reward in my favor. 3-to-1's a minimum. Minimum. Otherwise, I won't even talk about it. I don't want it. I'm always looking for that. Sometimes I don't always get it. Sometimes I enter. I'm like, oh crap, it's not in my favor. So I'll take early exits. But the whole idea is try your best to execute with massive risk versus reward. And now you're in the game. You're in business. So there you go. That's how you do it. Lan, you're saying sometimes prices pierce the support before going up. Lan, what is support exactly? Is it precisely the green line on the chart? Or is it an area? Ask yourself that question. It's an area, obviously. Always is. It's never precise. Right? Very important. You can see the buyers are here at 100.15. That's the precision of it. That's the most recent low where the buyers came in and bought this. Now, are they stepping it up? Are they making higher lows? These are things to look for. Right? There you go. Then you have confidence that the buyers are there and they're stepping up. Yeah, I'll show you something. Get Tesla here. So the buyers were down here, not at the green line that broke out, and you expect it to retest precisely at the green line. No, it's never precise. It's an area. The buyers were here, 286.04. I mean, that's precision right there. And it went off. And now it's done a retest of the area. And the area, look, the line is just above 287. But where are the buyers precisely? 287.2 or 0.17. They're a few pennies above. It's not precise on the line. The price action is telling you the precision about where the buyers and sellers are, not the line. That's important. That's why when I take trades, I put it on the other side of candlesticks, not on just the level. So if I want to get long on Tesla here, I'll get the entry just above the line somewhere here perhaps, but I won't put the stop just below the line, a centimeter below the line. It'll be below the most recent buyers, which is more likely down here. Right? And then if I find more buyers come in and different patterns, I'll tighten up the stop. So price action is everything. And there's other indicators, of course, but price action I find is the most important indicator. And the way I read price action is candlesticks, just simple candlesticks. You can read it with the tape as well. You can read it candlesticks and volume. You can do various things, but I read it just purely on candlesticks, that too on 30-minute charts primarily. If you look on 30-minute chart here on Tesla, what do you have? Breakout, retest, off it goes. It looks like it's very bullish, right? But this is not a breakout, a retest I would trade because it's not happening after a consolidation. It did not consolidate below this level, so I don't trade it. The best breakouts happen after consolidations, not middle of nowhere. Dan, Epic Pen, yeah. That's more complex stuff. I get Epic Pen. I should. You're right. I should get Epic Pen. I've never used it. Never had to. What was that? Cool. Oh man. All right. What else is good here? Apple looks crazy. How with that wick? You guys having fun yet? Friday afternoon? Well, Friday night for me. Friday morning for you guys. Got a happy hour to go to after this at noon Eastern with my mentees. We do an online happy hour at noon every Friday just to get together. Good fun. Yeah, you're welcome, Matthew. Lan, you got it. Mike, do you let DAS set the stop loss for options based on equity price and the option? Mike, I'm always looking at the equity price. So let's say I got long on Tesla, just above the level. If it goes down, but if Tesla goes below the level, I'll hit the exit button on the options. I'm watching the underlying, not the options. That's how I do it. It's all based on the underlying. Google account. What kind of name is that? Google account. Come on, put your name there. You want to know about the entry and exit in my strategy? Oh boy. Okay, let's find you one example here. By the way, the full strategy and all that is available in BBT's education center. Again, you get access to that for the $1 subscription. So go take a look. All bite-sized stuff, so you can get it pretty quick. Entry and exit. Let me see if I can find you a good example. All right, you know what? Let's use Tesla. It's on the screen. Let's put it. Where's the 8 a.m. candle? That one there. So the levels are there. Okay. Let's say, for example, I identify Tesla's breaking out over here. This line right here, about 287. I get involved here, right? I would enter, if I'm trading a genuine breakout, I'd enter there. My stop would be below the level. And my exit is there, the next level up. That's that. That's the concept on the 30-minute chart. Let's say I identified this breakout and I wanted to break out and I want to catch this breakout. It's not, by the way, it's not part of my strategy, but I do trade breakouts. And let's say if this was one, how would that work? Sorry, what level was that? I got all mixed up. 287-ish, somewhere there. So right here. All right. Oh, here it is. Good. Wait, was that 287? Yeah, okay, so this level. So let's say you see the breakout. I like to trade the retest, so I'd wait for it to come back to the level. It went right through. You see the big red candle. Then the buyers come in. One bullish candle, second bullish candle. Pretty much as this bullish candle is pushing up, I'm getting involved here, going long with the exit stop out right below the previous candle. This is where the most recent buyers are. And then once it hits the level, I'm out of it. That's it. That's the entry. That's the exit. And the stop's down there. So it's what, 3-1 approximately. And that's that. And of course, as it goes in my favor, especially once it breaks this recent previous high, this candle closes up there, I'm moving my exit pretty much to break even at that point. That way it's risk-free. I haven't taken any partials, but it's risk-free already. It's free money at that point after it's risk-free. And then you just let it run. It's easier to let it run once you're at break even. Emotionally, it's easier. So that's how I do this. So there's one example today. There you go. Set. I like the consolidations below the levels for a breakout through the level, or above the level to break through the level going down. So before it breaks out, I like to see consolidation. You see that a lot in the pre-market. My goodness, like AMD is such a good example. I wasn't watching it, but look at this. Pre-market, big consolidation. You can see it. Eventually did a good breakout. Look at Meta. Look at that. Very tight consolidation. Sure enough, as the market opened, boom, straight down. I got bought back up quickly too, but this move down was fast and aggressive. It took like 3 minutes and I caught it. So it's based on the fact that the consolidation was good and it was really going down already during the consolidation. So the best breakouts happen after consolidations. I mean, look at this one. Yesterday, right? Big consolidation in the pre-market. At first, it broke to the upside, but came back in quickly. So that's a false breakout. I like false breakouts because they usually set up really good breakouts on the other side. And sure enough, if you cut this short yesterday, you probably won't want to trade for the rest of the year. This thing was huge and went further lower even. Cool, huh? Eric, you took the day off because yesterday was a disaster. You traded Baba in the pre-market. Ooh, Bighorn County got chopped 3 times. Yeah, well, that's a good decision, Eric. If your mental capital is not there, you're not fit to trade. So go and replenish that and take your time. It's always healthy to step away from trading. Always healthy. Take 3 days off, 5 days off, take a month off. I took 6 months off at one point, almost accidentally. I'd actually quit, but that was in the first couple of years because I was just making losses, couldn't figure it out. But turns out it was the best thing I ever did because when I came back, I've been profitable every quarter since then. That was like 3.5 years ago or something. So it's healthy to go and replenish yourself, get yourself sorted out, and then you can be fit to trade again. It is a high performance activity. You want to be at your best, Otherwise, you're just messing around. Cool. What else you got here? Pre-market's tricky. I've traded the pre-market over the years on and off. I'd rather just not. And now I can't because I trade options and options are not active in the pre-market. They're not available. So forget about it. It's not necessary. There you go. The setup on AMD is coming around. I'm not trading now, but this is something I'll take. See the consolidation, breakout, retest, bouncing off the level. You can see where it's truly bouncing. It even bounced at a consolidation, looking strong for another move up. It already did one, might do it again. In the second case, might even go further. But anyways, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I look for. Piyush, yeah, I know the cursor thing. I know. You can't see the cursor. You can see the crosshairs on the screen. I know. Let me see what I can do about it. Just gotta make the crosshair sticker. You know what? There's no point messing around with it now, but I can work on it offline. Yeah, it's a matter of getting the pen, basically, the drawing tool. Fine, I'll get it. Fine, fine. Don't yell at me, guys. Be gentle. There you go. Yeah, Monday is a whole new month. Thanks for the reminder. Start with a fresh mind. Yes, Neil. Everything I'm sharing with you is based on whatever experience I've got. So very expensive lessons. Lost more money than I should have up front. But hey, that was just my learning curve. Cool. So let's see what's going on here. Meta is interesting. Again, you can see did the big reversal hammer. It broke out, did one move, bouncing off again, going to the other side of the consolidation. What does it look like? Whoa, look at that. Want to play a range on Meta? There you go. Get a long here, get a short there. This was the move I caught on Meta, just right at the open, just straight down. And since then, it's been messy. But if you catch the right entries, then you just let it sit for the targets. It's there. What's the SPY doing? Ooh, boy, this is hard to trade. I traded the SPY yesterday and caught a really big one on it, but I can't say trading the SPY is an easy thing to do. It's very, very tricky. I haven't found a consistent way to trade it yet. That bounced from, very interesting. Just bounce and go. Cool. What else we got here? Morpheus, the levels. The levels here. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to tell you the name of the levels. I'll let someone else here tell you because we do have a name for it now. It's based on the 8 a.m. candle, the high and low, measure the distance, and draw lines further up and further down on your chart at the same distance. Measured moves. Measured moves off the 8 a.m. candle. There you go. Thank you, Seth and Matthew. Avinacci levels. Seriously gonna patent that stuff. What else? Mishla, if you want to know, did I trade options in the money, out the money, and the time you put 1 week or 2 weeks? All right, so today's trade, I'll show you how I did this with the options. So I went short right up here when the price was just about 560, was it or 658 right up here, and going through. So you know what the price is. Now let me show you the contract that I chose. I chose the 655 contract, and this is today's expiry. So it's 0 DTE and is slightly out of the money because I'm trading the open. I know it's going to go fast. And if it goes in my favor fast, great. I can take 0 DTE. I can go slightly out of the money. I'm stacking all that stuff in my favor. If I'm in a trade later in the day and I know it's going to take 30 minutes or 1 hour to go, I'd rather go in the money. And I might even go with next week's expiry because time decay can go really badly against you with 0 DTE and also when you're out of the money. So time decay is not really a problem at the open because it's fast. If it's going to be a winner, it's going to be a winner fast. Otherwise, you stop out quickly as well. So there you go. That's me getting long, and it goes through 655 when meta was 655 was somewhere there. So it goes through the money, through the strike, and then starts hitting the targets and then adding more for the next targets. That's that. So that's how I did the options. That's how I do them. That's how I do them every day, really. Nothing unusual about Friday. With the SPX, though, it's 0 DT every day. So a little more to think about. Nikki, do all moderators make a living solely of day trading? A lot of people can and do, but shouldn't and actually don't. Actually don't. A lot of people can. People have been doing this long enough, make enough money to pay for their bills and stuff. But it's healthy, very healthy to have something else going on where you actually genuinely add value to the world or help people's lives and things like that. Because trading, in that sense, it does not satisfy. It satisfies really well financially once you get it going. But there's different kinds of satisfaction that you can't get from candlesticks. So I do that as well. I can pay all my bills with trading, but I don't. Very intentionally. Very, very intentionally. And it has an impact on other people. And then I get to go to Vancouver and meet up with all you guys who I'm working with all the time. This is great. If I'm just sitting here by myself on my own listening to music and trading, yeah, I'll make money, but that doesn't satisfy. It's different. You're still a human being, you still need to connect with human beings and help human beings and do all that stuff. That's fulfilling. It's quite different. And then there's diversity of income too. That's always healthy as well anyway. So just on the finance side of stuff, yeah, there's that. Cool. Morpheus, yes, 8 a.m. Eastern. Everything's in Eastern time. We're day trading here, right? We're working with Eastern time. Neil, you're saying half the moderators don't trade full time? They have retired pensions. Yeah, some guys are retired. That's right. And by full time, what do you mean full time? I don't trade full time. My trade today took 3 minutes. I've been standing here for 3 hours since then to have a chat with you. So talk to me about full time. Is 3 minutes considered full time? Or do you have to sit here and watch the market from open to close? Then you can qualify as full time? What's full time?
Full time is the most confusing question there is when it comes to trading.
There you go. Thank you, Carlos. You see, guys, Carlos been doing this forever.
He's been doing it for a long, long time. Um, full time is
time.
different for everybody. You know, your full this could be full time for you, your 3 minutes, and for somebody else could be all day. You know, it's different.
Very
For everybody's different, so it all depends, really.
Exactly.
It's like what's your trading goal? That's another one too. Another question that everybody's goal is so different, right? Some people's goal is to have this as a side income, make a couple of thousand a year, 50,000, 60,000 a year, still have their regular turn job because they love it, right? So it's different. Some people, this is all they want to do all day long, right? And nothing else. And that's another option. So it's different for everybody and what their goals are.
There you go. Exactly. It's very subjective. It's very much an individual decision. And yeah, based on your circumstance and various things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in there.
Yes.
Did you have fun
Very
today,
packed question.
Carlos?
I did have fun today. I could have had more fun, I think, if things would have just ran in my direction. But I had here. I'll show you my trades. Let's look at Tesla. Now we're almost wrapping up here, but here's Tesla. So here's my second trade actually. And again, I was just too early to all these parties, man. Cause look how they ran, right? But took it here long. I think Andrew might have called this out. I don't think he took it, but it looked great to stay above the V. I mean above the previous day close. So we went long there, partial once it was struggling, and then just took everything off here once it came over to break even. So that was my first trade. Again, late to the party. I mean early. Look what it does after, right? It all just ran up. But that's okay. Green is green. And then the other one, Nvidia. Nvidia was my first trade actually. And this one here was got in a little bit after Andrew too for a 5-minute ORB. And same thing, just got one initial pop, like $1. So we took out a lot here and then just took everything out when we were losing. Couldn't make new highs. And you mentioned this earlier, Avi, about the price action is king. Like a lot of people say, oh, how come did you know to get out right there? Well, I didn't know. I'm looking at the price action, right? You're seeing that things are looking weaker and weaker, and we're not making a new high, and that's our biggest indicator, that price action.
Yep.
So
Most important thing. That's why there's nothing else on my charts but price action.
Yeah. Agreed. Nice and simple, man. Nice and simple.
Yes.
Simple, simple is key too, because it's like I learned this back 2017 when Vandrew had 5 classes. I mean, a lot of you guys know this already. He had 5 classes that he was doing himself. Very simple stuff. No psychology in our Vancouver traders at that time. And man, it was so simple. That's what attracted us to his style of trading. And I kept a lot of the stuff that was back then I have kept, and they just work. So simplicity is key. I think sometimes when people start struggling or they can figure out, they want to make it more complicated to like find a solution and find an answer. And sometimes the answer is just time. The answer is literally just time in C. Just wait. Don't go crazy. Don't go, trying to reinvent the new wheel. And just give it time. Give it time.
Yep. You gotta find a way to put time on your side. My trick is to go with a longer time frame, but you gotta find your own way. Put time on your side.
Yeah.
Give it time. It solves most problems in this world, really.
Could not agree with you more.
Cool.
So yeah, Abby, we got to do a podcast, me and you. We got to do an interview because I think it's a lot of questions that we can put together here for people to have. So I want to start doing my podcast again. I think I missed them. I miss talking to people and kind of getting to know traders better. So I think we'll have to do one, man. I think it'll be good. So if you guys want that over on YouTube, let me know. Send me questions you want me to ask Avi that we probably don't have time to ask here. But yeah, send me those questions. Carlos@bearwithtraders.com. We'll put something nice together. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
We'll do a podcast. Actually, I had this idea, not just me. We were discussing it, I think, last year when I can't remember with some of the other mods where it was a long flight from Dubai to Vancouver. So from in flight, I'll get the Wi-Fi working, and we'll do a podcast or an interview or something of that nature.
Nice.
So, got 14 hours, nothing to do, so there's a good opportunity. So, anyways, maybe we could do that.
Gotta find something to do with the time. That is a long flight, man. I agree.
So let's see. Yeah, it'd be fun. I'm up for a podcast. Been a while since I've been a part of one, so yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy them, man. It's you get to touch on different topics, a little different, more environment. So yeah, I'm all about the pod. I'm a big fan of podcasts, man. I listen to a few that I like. It's a lot of fun. I find them entertaining.
Yes. They're fun. They're always fun. It's great to listen and also great to just participate. You get yourself
Yeah.
thinking, different things
Yeah.
in your mind.
Yeah.
That's good. Very, very good.
Agreed.
We got last couple of questions here, guys. Last couple of minutes. Yeah, H, just message me in the Discord and I'll get you set up with that thing. Congrats on getting the program. Mishlev, you want to know how do I manage risk according to a response I gave you for the options? Well, I manage risk by knowing where my stop is before I enter. And that's based on the underlying, the equity, right? The option generally move close to the equity. It's not ideal, but I'm watching the equity. And if the equity hits my target, I hit the exit button. If the equity hits my planned stop, I hit the exit button. That's how I manage it. So, yeah, it's a little tricky with options because it doesn't always comply. But, that's how I do it. I'm watching the equities. I'm really not fussed about options and spreads and stuff. I'm not doing that when I'm day trading. I mean, today's trade is like 3 minutes. What am I going to put on a spread? Forget about it. Just go long and put the stop on and hang on and let it go. Matthew, risk to reward, very simple. If it doesn't give you asymmetry, don't take it. So 3-to-1 is a very good number to think about. Don't even enter if it doesn't look like it's got 3-to-1 in it. That's the way I see it. That's how I get the big ones to work. And then once you enter, of course, make sure you let it run for that 3-to-1. Don't take it off halfway. What the hell? So that's asymmetry for you. Keep your winners bigger than your losers. Again, all this stuff is in the various courses in BBT and the course in Trading Terminal. It's all there, guys. So plenty of material to look at.
Yeah.
And
There's a ton.
Table tennis, New Jersey. No positions for me. Not since a couple of minutes after the open. I'm done, man. I'm done for the week. I'm actually burnt out, beat up. I need the
I'm
weekend now.
tired too, man. I'm like, I had these 2 quick trades, and again, okay for the day. It was enough to like not have to take another trade, but it would have been nice to take another trade. So just kind of sitting back. But then I thought, I'm like, I'm just tired. Let me just relax. And I started just listening to you guys, and I'm like, I could chill with this. Like, if you want to go another hour talking to me, I go back and sit back and enjoy my my coffee over here.
No more for me. I got my mentees now to we do a happy hour every Friday at noon, so they show up together online and just goof
Nice.
off for a little bit. So I'm gonna go do that now,
That's
which
awesome,
is
man.
fun, relaxing, get to know each other better, and all that fun
Yep.
stuff. So gonna
Yep,
go do that
absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. Friends over on YouTube, man, thank you so much for supporting us all week, right? Not just today, all week from the morning all the way till now. Avi, of course, in here every day with Paris. Paris is off today, but he'll be back on Monday. And as Avi was mentioning, we look forward to seeing you guys in Vancouver because it is a lot of fun to meet people, right? I'm not great with names either. Like, I'll forget some of the names. I remember the faces, but the names sometimes slip by me. So if I don't remember your name, if I see you before, just remind me because there's so many of you guys. But I love it. I really, really do. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure Avi does too. So we look forward to seeing you, the people that are going to be there. But if you're not, we still enjoy your company here anyways. This is a lot of fun. So have a great weekend, guys, and we'll see you on Monday.
All right. Thanks, Carlos. Thanks for hopping on for a bit. Take it easy, YouTube. Take it easy, guys. Have a super weekend. Talk to y'all soon.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a good one.